It's time now for Arkansas Travelers Baseball on FM 101.1 The River. Arkansas Travelers Baseball is sponsored by Miller Lite, Sonic Drive-In, BEC Powder, Coca-Cola, the Arkansas Prostate Cancer Foundation, and ITT Technical Institute. And now for the ITT Technical Institute pregame show, let's go to the ballpark with Phil Elson.
Live from Little Rock, Travelers Baseball is on the air. Hello again, everybody. This is Phil Elson. Welcome to Raywinder Field, where tonight Minor League Baseball and the Texas League present your Arkansas Travelers and the El Paso Diablos in the final game of a 4-game series. Thanks for joining the broadcast tonight, folks. We're live on FM 101.1 The River and the Travelers website, www.travs.com. You are listening to the Travelers ITT Technical Institute pregame show. Well, the Travs found another way to win yesterday. Took 12 innings to do it, but Brian Specht, after a one-out triple in the 12th inning, scored on a wild pitch thrown by El Paso reliever Jay Bellflower. That run put the Travelers in the position for the 2-1 victory, with their 6th consecutive victory. That's the second longest winning streak of the season for the Travelers. Great pitching all the way around last night for the Travelers. Rich Fisher, a strong 8-inning start, as he has sort of reclaimed his position in the Travs rotation as one of the big stoppers out there. 8 innings, 1 run allowed, and Scott Schneider had to take it from the 9th inning for the 9th, 10th, and 11th innings. 3 shutout frames. Brian Rogers pitched around a couple of hits in the 12th to pick up the victory. And while the Travs didn't have that much hitting yesterday, only 8 base hits, they're still able to pick up that 2-1 win. It was the pitching staff yesterday that put the Travs in the lead. And today, with the Travs winning their 6th consecutive, they still couldn't gain any ground on the Tulsa Drillers, as the Drillers were winners yesterday in Round Rock. It was shocking that the Drillers and Express even played, as they had to wait out about 3.5 hours worth of rain delays throughout the evening in Austin. Over 4 inches of rain fell at the Dell Diamond. They still played baseball anyway with that tremendous playing surface at the Express home field. So they could take those 4 inches of rain and play baseball, and Tulsa went on for a win. However, the Travs did put themselves a little bit further away from the Wichita Wranglers, who were defeated yesterday in San Antonio by the final of 11-6. And tonight, the Travelers look for their 7th consecutive win. They've only done that once previously this year, back in April. And part of those wins came against the Diablos of Bobby Jenks. That's the man you want to have on the hill if the Travs are looking for a win. He's taken them out for his 13th start of the season. In 12 starts this year, the Travs have won 11 of Jenks' starts. That's great news, especially the way he's been pitching recently. Bobby has won his last 3 decisions in a row. That's over his last 3 starts. He hasn't allowed an earned run over that stretch and is really pitching some great ball. Travs will be taking on Greg Aquino, a right-handed pitcher who's been having some shoulder problems this season, and he hasn't been throwing that many innings recently, but when he was throwing innings and healthy early in the season, he compiled a .341 earned run average in his first 10 starts with 5 victories. One of those wins came against the Travelers here at Raywinder Field on April the 26th. Travs going for the 4-game sweep tonight at Raywinder Field, and you're listening to the Travelers ITT Technical Institute pregame show. A reminder that ITT Tech is committed to helping you develop the skills and knowledge to pursue opportunities in technological fields such as computer electronics. At ITT Tech, you can learn specialized techniques in a hands-on environment that help you reach your potential. You can get a hold of ITT Tech by dialing them up locally, 565-5550, or just go online to ittech.edu. We'll have the starting lineups for Game 4 of this series after this break on FM 101.1 The River.
Sports is fun, but it's just a game. Your life, on the other hand, needs a little more serious game plan, like preparation for a career in today's growing technical fields. That's why ITT Technical Institute offers associate's degree programs in areas like electronics, computer drafting and design, and information technology. The skills and knowledge taught are in technical areas that can have practical value in the workplace. For more information on ITT Tech, call 565-5550 today, or find us on the web at itt-tech.edu.
Miller time. It's time to tuck the sun in and give it a goodnight kiss. Miller time. It's time to put the 9 to 5 back on the shelf. Miller time. It's time to wear the night like a cape and break out the Miller Lite. It's time for real time. at a place called Miller Time.
Miller Lite, Miller Brewing Company, Milwaukee, Wisconsin. Live responsibly.
Now that the baseball season is here again, moms everywhere begin scouting for a cool, delicious recipe that won't take extra innings to make, like Del Monte's Easy Potato Salad. Simply combine a family-sized can of Del Monte whole new potatoes with a quarter cup of diced celery and a quarter cup of chopped red onion. Toss it together with some creamy ranch dressing, and you've got a quick score. Del Monte steps up to the plate with simple mealtime solutions that will have you saying, hey, I can do that.
Look for Del Monte vegetables at your local Harvest Foods. Harvest Foods, an Arkansas company serving Arkansans.
Looking for summer fun? Then take a drive to the Goodyear Road Trip Tire Sale. You'll find great savings on quality Goodyear passenger performance and light truck tires. Plus, get up to a $50 Best Buy gift card with the purchase of 4 selected Goodyear tires. That's up to $50 to spend at any Best Buy location in the U.S. We're talking serious fun, but you better hurry. This offer ends August 30th. Call 1-800-GOODYEAR for complete details and locations, or visit a participating retailer where Goodyear tires are sold.
Welcome back to Ray Winder Field here for the Travelers ITT Technical Institute pregame show. Phil Elson with you on a beautiful late afternoon in Little Rock. Not a cloud in the sky, and that's much different than we've had recently. We've had overcast skies for much of the first 3 games of this series. You know what? The Travs been winning under the clouds, and hopefully they can pick up a win under the blue skies tonight. Take a look at the standings where the Travs are right now. A 6-game winning streak has put them on top of the East Division by a game ahead of Tulsa. The Travelers at 31 and 22 are 2 games ahead of the third-place Wichita Wranglers, and then Frisco coming in at 9 games out. Over in the West, El Paso at 24 wins, 29 losses. They're 9 games behind the San Antonio Missions. El Paso has lost 4 games in a row and 5 of their last 6. Have a look at the starting lineup for today's game. First, for the visiting Diablos, they are the AA Texas League affiliate of the Arizona Diamondbacks. Tonight they'll have Andy Green leading off to play in second base. He's a right-handed hitter. Victor Hall, batting second, is out in center field, hitting third to third baseman Brian Barton, who didn't play until the 12th inning yesterday. Ozzie Timmons cleaning up. He'll be in left field. Timmons batting .333 in 48 games. It'll be Josh Kroger batting fifth. Kroger in right field with Corey Myers hitting in the 6th spot. Myers at first base. Batting 7th is the catcher Brian Loeb. Matt Sirianni, the starting designated hitter, will make his first appearance with the Diablos tonight. He will be batting 8th. Hitting in the 9-hole, Sergio Santos is the shortstop, and he's 2 for his last 20. Santos again batting 9th at short. A look for the Travelers starting lineup. Tonight we have Kenny James leading off. James in center field with Jake Weber batting second and left field. Batting third, the Traveler catcher tonight, Jeff Mathis, with Dallas McPherson cleaning up at third base. Mike O'Keefe hits fifth. He'll be at first tonight. Designated hitter Junior Zamora bats sixth. Nick Gorneau hits seventh for the Travs. He's in right field, and Brian Specht follows him in the 8-hole. Specht at shortstop, batting ninth, and at second. Starting pitchers tonight, Bobby Jenks for the Arkansas Travelers. He's won 3 consecutive starts. 6-1 his record, .247 the earned run average. 6'3", 240 pounds. He's been throwing that fastball up to 100 a couple times his last start, in which he dealt 7 shutout innings at Tulsa in a 3-0 win. That was the game that tied the Travs for first place in Tulsa. On the mound for the Diablos tonight, 6'1", 150-pound right-hander Greg Aquino. He gets a fastball up into the mid-90s, 6 wins, 2 losses, a .347 earned run average. It'll be his 17th start of the season. He's still coming back from a shoulder injury that limited him to only about 15 innings over his last 4 starts. He did miss more than a month and a half with 2 separate shoulder injuries. So you might not be looking for him to go all that far tonight. He hasn't gone past 5 innings since June the 2nd. So Aquino might only last about 4 to 5 innings with a pitch count at about 80 tonight. There you have it, the starting lineup for tonight's ball game. We'll take another break. We'll return with a look at yesterday's Texas League action on a Southwest Airlines out-of-town scoreboard. This is Traveler Baseball on FM 101.1 The River.
Hey, what's up? This is Lala, and welcome to Coke FM, bringing you the hottest new sound. Gotta make it real, the real heavy rock the soul, chart the toe. The boy tried to keep it, but he lost his soul. On the road to the riches, he lost control. Got the eye of a needle, I was off your toe. If you stand for nothing, you're far from gold. In your actions, all is told. Gotta make it real, compared to what? This This is Lala at Coke FM, keeping it real with the cool taste of Coca-Cola.
It's toaster time anytime this month at Sonic, because Sonic offers their full menu all day. Choose from our chicken club toaster sandwich, our bacon cheddar burger toaster, or our 3 breakfast toaster sandwiches, made with egg, cheese, and your choice of sausage, bacon, or ham. All on thick, delicious Texas toast and made after you order it. So now when you drive into Sonic, you can get a toaster sandwich for breakfast, lunch, or dinner. Whatever you want, whenever you want. Only at Sonic.
All right, folks, while we have a minute, let's go up to the chopper with Brad Powell, get a traffic update. Brad, what do you see up there?
Well, thanks a lot, Scott. Nothing you're going to want to hear about, unfortunately. You can expect major delays on the interstate. An overturned tractor-trailer's got traffic backed up for about 25 miles. It's a real bad situation, Scott, but I do have good news.
What's that, Brad?
I just saved a load of money on car insurance by switching to Geico.
See how much you could save. Visit Geico.com. Geico. 15 minutes online could save you 15% on car insurance.
The Gospel Chicks singing the Star Spangled Banner here at Ray Winder Field tonight. Fine job done. I believe that's the second night they've come to Ray Winder and wowed the crowd with the fine singing of the Star Spangled Banner. Phil Elson alongside Steve Marston here for the third segment of your Travelers ITT Technical Institute pregame show. Fans, a reminder that usage of the Internet is still expanding and qualified web developers are needed all throughout the country. ITT Technical Institute can help you learn to design, create, and maintain websites and online databases. You can get a hold of ITT Tech by dialing them up locally, 565-5550, or just go online to ittech.edu. Well, I mentioned earlier in the broadcast that Travs picked up ground on Wichita, couldn't gain any ground on the Tulsa Drillers as Wichita was defeated yesterday in San Antonio 11-6. Sean Sedlacek took the brunt of the beating by the Missions. The Wrangler right-hander allowed 12 hits and 6 runs in 5 innings as he's on his way down the Kansas City Royals system. His record 1-1. The offense for the Missions led by Jamie Bubella and Luis Ugueto, each with 3 base hits in the ballgame. Norris Hopper had a couple doubles for Wichita. Mostly singles for the San Antonio Missions and 16 base hits. And the winning pitcher, Travis Blackley, league-leading 15th win of the season, 6 in the third inning, 7 strikeouts, 2 runs allowed on 5 hits. And San Antonio able to pick up that victory, so they distanced themselves further from El Paso. The Missions are now 9 games up with just 16 left. In Round Rock, they waited about 3 hours and 30 minutes to actually play the game. They did get 2 pitches on when the game was supposed to start. Then a vicious storm sat right on top of the Dell Diamond for over 3.5 hours. They could not get any action going until about 10:49 in the evening. They played 9 innings that lasted 3 hours and 5 minutes. So they went around about 1:30 yesterday. And when the dust had settled, the Drillers had themselves a 4-2 win over the Express. Tulsa coming from behind with 3 runs in the top of the 8th inning for the victory. Mike Bumate got the win after Travis Anderson struck out 13 batters in only 6 innings. Anderson allowed 2 hits and 1 run, but gets a no decision. Tulsa got 2 hits from Andy Tracy, including his 22nd home run of the season. And Scott Doman registered the save with 2 innings, 1 run allowed. Over in Frisco, Ishmael Valdez trying to rehab from an injury, and seriously, he did some hurting on the Midland Rockhounds. Ishmael pitches 6 perfect innings and leading the Rockhounds to a 1-0 victory over. Leading the Rough Riders to 1-0 victory over the Rockhounds. Valdez struck out 3 batters, and that game only went 2 hours and 6 minutes for a full 9-inning game. That's pretty slow. Just 4 hits allowed by the bullpen of the Rough Riders. Eric Burke got the save with 2 strikeouts in the 9th inning, stranding the go-ahead runs on base. Jason Botts with a couple of hits for the Rough Riders. Jeff Smith, the only RBI. Ryan Fleming had 2 base hits as the Rough Riders broke a losing streak that had reached 6 consecutive games. Texas League action tonight will look like this. The San Antonio Missions host Wichita. Gustavo Martinez on the mound for the Missions. Wichita sends Zach Greinke on the hill for the Wranglers. Round Rock and Tulsa did not announce their starting pitchers. That'll be the final game of the series at the Dell Diamond. Midland and Frisco at the Dr. Pepper 7-Up ballpark. Mike Ziegler for Midland. The Rockhounds finish out that series and then come here to Raywinder Field to start off a 4-game set tomorrow. Now, you might have heard about that huge power outage back east up in New York City. It's affected cities of Toronto, Cleveland, Erie, Pennsylvania, and even Ottawa, the nation capital of Canada. And because of that power outage, we might not be able to bring you many updates on scores from around baseball, and that includes the Texas League and the majors. If Sports Ticker, the service that sends out those scores, if they are functional, and they've been trying to get to work out the bugs, they're on backup power, but they're not able to get the message out through the phone lines, which comes up here into the ballpark and disperses through the country. So this is something that fans all throughout the country are dealing with, not being able to get scores on the internet or on the Sports Ticker service. So unfortunately, this happens at a pretty bad time for Traveler fans when it comes to watching a pennant race. But you know what? What really matters is hopefully people are safe out there in the large cities that are affected by this terrible power outage. And they've canceled the Mets game. They've canceled a couple of WNBA games. Broadway is out as well, so not much entertainment to do over in the East. Hopefully everybody is safe. I understand there were some people trapped in elevators and in subways as well, so we can only hope for the best for them. But as bad as it gets for us, it's just no scores. So it's not that bad if we're out here in Arkansas. Well, there you have it. Look at yesterday's Texas League action, and a look at what's going on in the country for an update on news, I guess. And we'll take another break on the ITT Technical Institute pregame show. When we return, we'll have the first pitch of your ball game between the Travelers and the El Paso Diablos. Game 4 of this series comes after this on FM 101.1 The River.
I am Arkansas's leader for research in health sciences.
I am the engine.
The engine that fuels scientific discoveries in medicine.
I am UAMS.
I am a mass spectrometer.
A spine and neurosciences institute.
I am the healing power of millions of dollars in research grants.
A catalyst for Arkansas business.
I'm seen in prestigious medical journals.
I am more than just a phenomenal medical center.
I am hope.
I am tomorrow's medical marvel.
And I come to life every day.
In the hands of some of the brightest doctors, nurses, and healthcare professionals in Arkansas.
Since 1879, UAMS has been dedicated to making a difference in the lives of Arkansans. A world-renowned level of care, providing cutting-edge discoveries, highly specialized and advanced treatments, committed to the very best in patient care and educating the state's brightest young minds. A voice that represents the foundation and the future of healthcare in Arkansas. UAMS, the University of Arkansas for Medical Sciences, where medicine lives. Visit uams.edu.
Ameripride Services is the linen and apparel company to get your team into a professional uniform program. Ameripride features a wide range of high-quality, custom programs for the manufacturing industry, hospitality and food service, medical or dental uniforms, and professional and executive wear. Call 664-5575 to schedule a presentation with an Ameripride consultant. Also specializing in the finest quality table linens, rental mats, and restroom services. Call 664-5575 for Ameripride, the official garment supplier of the Arkansas Travelers.
There are 3 kinds of Tic Tac lovers. Those who adore Tic Tac mints for their superb ability to freshen their breath. Those who prefer them for their great taste. And then there are those who love them because they do it all. Tic Tac. It's not just because they taste great, and it's not just because they freshen your breath. It's because they do both that they're amazing. It's not just a mint, it's a Tic Tac.
There go the Travs onto the field, and Ray Winder set to look for their 7th consecutive victory, taking on the El Paso Diablos. They're joined by their Sonic Field of Dreams team. Bobby Jenks will be the last one to get onto the field. He'll be taking them out for the 13th time this season. And Jenks with a record of 6-1 in 12 starts. The Travs have won 11 of his appearances. That certainly says a lot about this 22-year-old prospect who's been trying to pick up where he'd left off back in early May. He'd been pitching pretty well and had, of course, those stress fracture in his right elbow. Had to miss a couple of months, and ever since he has come back, he's been lights out. And Steve Marston, as we bring you onto the broadcast tonight, really what we have in Bobby Jenks right now, not just a top prospect in the organization of the Angels, not just one of the best pitchers in the Texas League, but this is the stopper for the Arkansas Travelers, and that's what matters most right now. The Travelers, they've been looking for a pitcher that they can ride on, and Jenks has become that pitcher. And in a pennant race like this, you need someone always to be able to count on for a good start. We saw it from Rich Fisher last night. Jenks is the other man. He's been the stopper recently.
Oh, he certainly has been, and he seems to, I don't know him as well as you do, but he seems to have that stopper mentality. He wants to have the leadership of this team and to say, okay, guys, let's go out and let's win one right here, and we'll start another streak like that. But Rich Fisher last night played very well, went 8 innings, only surrendering 1 run on 4 hits. He has done the job. He's answered the bell, as has Eric Sear and Irvin Santana, and just this entire Travs starting pitching staff really for the last week and a half or so, and it looks to continue tonight as he hopes to get a little revenge, because the last time he saw this team, he gave up a 16-1 loss to him. So I'm sure Bobby has that in the back of his mind as he goes out to pitch tonight.
Well, Bobby was the pitcher who was on the mound when the Travs tied Tulsa for first place last Saturday. And this kid was fired up about that start, and he had reason to be fired up about it. I'll tell you what, you could have taken Bobby, put him on any major league mound last Thursday, and it wasn't last Thursday, probably it was last Saturday, but it doesn't matter what day it was. Put him on any major league mound that day with the stuff he had and his focus, he'd have beaten, I think, just about any major league team, because when it comes to stuff meaning how hard you're throwing, how good your curveball and your changeup is, there might not be a better pitcher with better stuff in this entire league, and maybe even at Double-A and in the minors for that matter. We've been saying this the past couple of years. If Bobby Jenks has his command, he's got the stuff, he will dominate. Now maybe the last question is, how long does he stick around in Arkansas?
Yeah, absolutely. Well, if he can stay consistent, and as he has since coming back from the injury, and give his team a chance to win and dominate hitters, he won't be around for very much longer.
Well, that would be something that the Travs certainly don't want to think about that much. Bobby's been asked that question as well. Do you think you may get brought back up? And he didn't think so because of the couple months he missed with the injury, that the Angels would rather see him just stay healthy through the rest of this season and then maybe possibly bring him up for a start or two in the major leagues in September when the rosters expand. And I think that's probably the best idea if I were Bill Stoneman, but I'm not. Don't get paid the same amount he does. Don't get the World Championship ring either. That's what he's paid to do, make those decisions. I'd love to see Bobby finish the season here, see what he can do in the playoffs, then get up to the majors. But right now, he's got to have a good start against the Diablos, looking for their 7th win in a row as Bobby Jenks throws the first pitch for a strike to Andy Green. 7:15, the time of the first pitch. And we are underway in the 4th game of this 4-game series, and the 8-game homestand continues to roll along. Green, a right-handed batter, hitting .298. He'll take a changeup low 1-1. 2 homers, 46 runs batted in. Green with 36 doubles. He's had a couple of them in this series. He's got good speed, good glove on the infield. He's been one of the top consistent players for the Diablos all year. The 1-1 is high and inside, 2 balls and a strike. For Jenks, he's been able to command the fastball, and he threw it at 100 miles an hour twice in his last outing in Tulsa. The final one clocked at 100 came in the 7th inning. Throwing that hard that late. Might have some left in the reserves. 2-1 pitch. Fastball hit back to the mound. Nice leaping grab by Jenks on a one-hopper. Flips to O'Keefe at first base for the out. One gone. Good athletic play by Jenks, fielding his position. Get to the first out of the ball game. And Victor Hall is up next. He'll be followed by Brian Barton. Tonight the Diablos are without their standout second baseman Scott Hairston, who is suffering from a couple back problems all season. He was removed yesterday after striking out in the extra innings and might have some problems with his back, so he does not play today. Victor Hall, left-handed batter. He's 3 for 10 in the series, all 3 hits infield singles, and he pops the first pitch out of play for a strike. Let's give you the full line on Bobby Jenks this year and compare it to how he did last season with the Travs. This season, 6 wins, 1 loss, a 247 earned run average. Last season, 3 wins, 6 losses, and an ERA at 4.66. Hall fouls away a fastball and keeps the count at 0-2. Jenks this season, a 202 batting average against. Last year, he allowed a 234 average. 62 innings this year, 58 innings last year, so that's a pretty good sample size to compare. Another foul ball by Hall as he just slaps at the last 3 pitches to poke him out of play. Hall, the 301 slap hitter, but he's struck out 82 times this year in about 110 games. 0-2 as Bobby looks to strike out his 78th of the season. And a changeup. He tried to check the swing, but Hall went across. Strike 3. One of the big differences in Bobby Jenks from this year to last year is the use of that changeup. It has become a devastating pitch. And Victor Hall, who was able to stay on the fastball and foul them off, could not keep pace with the changeup.
And Victor Hall, his normal batting stance is to choke up on the bat anyway. And if it was possible, he was even choked up higher in that last at bat against Jenks.
Up to the plate, Brian Barton. That's the 78th strikeout of the year for Bobby. Check that against 58 strikeouts last year. So he's actually pitched 4 more innings than last season with 20 more strikeouts. There's a strike to Barton right down the middle, 0-1. And then another thing to be impressed about is he's lowered his walks. 44 walks last year in 58 innings. This season, 38 walks in 62 innings. Become a much different pitcher. There's a fastball for a strike on the inside corner to Barton. And an 0-2 count. Bases empty, 2 outs, top of the first inning. Barton, the batter, with a 301 average. He's 0 for 8 in the series. Didn't get an at-bat yesterday. He replaced Hairston in the lineup in the 12th inning. Right-handed hitter, and Jenks steals the 0-2. It misses the outside corner by a hair. 1 ball, 2 strikes. Cale Smith calls balls and strikes today. He's the crew chief. Josh Miller at third base. Jason Kaiser, the umpire, at first. Outfield gives some room to left. If Barton can pull this pitch from Jenks, a curveball stayed high. Nice sharp pitch, just didn't have quite the amount of drop that Jenks was looking for. 2-2. Barton, I mentioned, didn't play until the 12th inning yesterday. Started on Tuesday. Was hitless in 4 at-bats. A strikeout, and he hit into a double play. Jenks winds and deals. The 2-2 is grounded to shortstop. Ryan Speck makes the play. Plenty of time. Throw to first on the money. 3 up, 3 down. Good looking first inning for Bobby Jenks. That's what we've been used to recently. We'll go to the bottom of the first at Ray Winder Field. The Diablos go down in order, and the Travelers coming up to the bat for the first time after this on the river.
Teacher.
Hey, you.
Me?
Yeah, you, the one driving.
My radio is really talking to me.
Listen, you like to eat, don't you?
Do I like to eat?
Can you hear the words coming out of my mouth? Yes, do you like to eat?
Well, of course I do.
Good. You're catching on. Look, do yourself a favor. Drive past that Fat Burger drive-thru you were just looking at. Go to the grocery store, walk directly to the packaged deli case. Pick up a package of Land of Frost luncheon meats. Get something your stomach will appreciate for a change.
Okay, I'm listening.
Oh, now you're listening. Believe me, it doesn't get any better than a mile-high sandwich made from the savory sliced luncheon meats from Land of Frost. Made right here in Arkansas. Honey smoked ham, oven roasted, or smoked turkey breast. Absolutely delicious. Hey, where are you going? I wasn't through talking.
It's time for a Land of Frost lunch. Find Land of Frost brand luncheon meats, including the premium brand 1-pound value pack and new delicious Dagwood brand at your local grocery store.
Fans, if you haven't been to an Arkansas Travelers game lately, you don't know what you're missing. Shedspread Country Crock invites you and your family to get out and see the Travs. You can bring the whole family for Country Crock Family Thursday. Travelers fans who bring an original cash register receipt showing purchase of any Shedspread Country Crock product will receive up to 6 free admissions for any Thursday home game. Hurry! This offer ends August 14th. Offer subject to ticket availability. Country Crock. Bring it home.
Welcome back to Ray Winder Field, site of your Travelers baseball game. Bottom of the first inning coming up, and the Travs kept the Diablos off the scoreboard, but Bobby Jenks really looked pretty strong there in the first inning, Steve, did he not? Getting ahead with that fastball and then going to the secondary pitches after that. Why not start each at-bat with a fastball at about, 98, 99 miles an hour with some wicked movement?
Yeah, there's no sense in doing anything else. Bobby has really got great stuff, and if he can command it and stay in control of the strike zone, he's going to be hard to hit.
Well, when healthy this season, Greg Aquino has been hard to hit. 347 earned run average. To go along with 6 wins and only 2 losses. He allowed 5 homers in 16 starts. He beat the Travs on April the 26th. 6 shutout innings against the Travelers, one of his finer starts of the year. He did throw 7 shutout innings at Wichita on June the 2nd in a victory, but that was the start in which he started to experience shoulder problems and missed about a month and a half thereafter. And he hasn't been the same since. He's still coming back from that and has a pretty low pitch count. Kenny James, first pitch swinging, bouncing on the right side to the second baseman, Andy Green. And the throw to first is in time for the out. 1 pitch, 1 out. James, who's scored 4 runs in this series, has been fairly aggressive at the plate, hasn't taken a walk. First pitch ground down. Next up for the Travelers, Jake Weber. Following him is Jeff Mathis. Been talking about Jake in a race of his own for the Texas League Batting Championship. He's currently 6 points behind Round Rock's Chris Burke. And Jake takes a pitch outside, ball 1. 301 the batting average for Jake Weber, tops on the team. That is 4th in the Texas League. 5th if you still count Ramon Ibarra, for some reason is still on the league leader list. Pop up behind shortstop and down the left field line goes the ball. It'll bounce into the bullpen right away from the shortstop. Santos gave chase the whole way, underhands the ball to a kid in the Southwest Airlines terrace. Sergio Santos just made himself a fan here at Ray Winder. Santos has looked pretty slick at short, hasn't hit that much. Weber to the plate with a 1-1 count. Jake hitless yesterday. Dropped down a sacrifice bunt. Travs have really been looking at that sac bunt recently, especially in tight games. The 1-1. Chopper right side to Green again. 2 hoppers. He charges in. Good play. Easy flip to first for out number 2. Oh, both ground balls to the second baseman Green. And 2 left-handed hitters chopping that ball right to him. Now right-handed batting Jeff Mathis comes to the plate. One thing you want to know about a catcher is how the team does in his starts. When he starts behind the plate, how does the team respond? Well, Mathis is starting behind the plate for the 10th time this season. The Travs are 8-1 in his 9 starts. They've won the last 8 in a row. Right-handed batter out of Marianna, Florida. First pitch strike at the knees, 0-1. Jake is 5 for 15 in the series. Actually, Jeff is his name. Jake, his younger brother, is playing at the affiliate in Cedar Rapids. Pitch outside to Mathis, 1 ball, 1 strike. Jeff hitting .256, no homers, 4 runs batted in.
And Jeff's already put the fear into the El Paso base runners, throwing out 3 of them last night, trying to steal second base.
No, has he ever? And doing that with a swollen thumb on his throwing hand. Perfect throws yesterday, too. Jeff swinging a fly ball, foul out of play right side. 1 ball, 2 strikes as Aquino trying to get a fastball a little bit below the knees. Jeff went after it.
As a matter of fact, manager Tyrone Boykin waited till almost the last minute to fill up the lineup card, not knowing if Mathis would be in the lineup last night.
I saw that thumb that Jeff is sporting. It was nice and purple yesterday. I didn't see his thumb today. Don't usually go around asking to see people's thumbs. The 1-2 to Mathis. Swing and a miss, strike 3 as Aquino got a fastball by the Traveler catcher. And just as Bobby Jenks did, Greg Aquino does the same 1, 2, 3 innings for both pitchers. That'll take us into the second at Raywinder Field. No score on FM 101.1, The River.
Currently, there are more than 80,000 people on the National Organ Transplant waiting list, and more than 300 of them are from Arkansas. Every 16 minutes, another name is added to that list, and every 82 minutes, someone dies while waiting for a life-saving organ. When you're an organ donor, you're giving someone else a chance to live, which is truly the most precious gift. The Arkansas Regional Organ Recovery Agency hopes you will step up to the plate and talk to your family about organ and tissue donation. For more information, call Aurora, 866-660-5433, or visit the website at aurora.org.
Good morning.
Good morning.
Welcome to this focus group. What a lovely bunch.
Are you sure they can't see us behind this window?
There's a mirror on the other side, genius.
Hey, chill out. What are you, nervous or something?
No, everybody loves us. We're the phone company.
Now, tell me, which directory do you use? Yellow Book or the other book?
Yellow Book.
Yellow Book.
And you, miss?
Yellow Book. That's where I found my plastic surgeon.
They're picking the wrong book.
What if Yellow Book starts to advertise?
More people choose Yellow Book, not the other book. Call 1-800-YB-YELLOW.
God, nice of you to string me along. You say you're retired, but that must be wrong. Tastes just like the original one. That's why I'm craving you, 'cause you're second to none. Diet Dr. Pepper, never leave her out of me. Diet Dr. Pepper, your great flavor is all of the proof I need. Diet Dr. Pepper.
Welcome back to Raywinder Field, a scoreless first inning, so we get into the second. No base runners reached as both Greg Aquino and Bobby Jenks each struck out a batter, got 2 ground outs in the first inning. In the top of the second, Jenks will face Ozzie Timmons, Josh Kroger, and Corey Myers, the middle third of the order. Shed Spread Country Crock Night tonight, the final one of the season. If you missed it, you missed probably I think, the best ticket promotion that's out there for Traveler fans. Free admission for up to 6 people by bringing in a Shed Spread Country Crock receipt. That's a $30 value. Now, we do have a playoff game. I don't think that'll work then either. Playoffs, that's same prices for the tickets, but if you're a season ticket holder and you want to come to playoff games, if there are playoffs, it does not come in the season ticket package. Ozzie Timmons will take a first pitch strike down the middle for an 0-1 count. Timmons, a right-handed batter, .333 average, 5 homers, 30 runs batted in. Ended an 8-game hit streak last night, went 0 for 4. Did knock a run home with a sac fly. Jenks is 0-1 outside, 1 ball, 1 strike. Kroger and Myers to follow. That's Kroger, a left-handed hitter, Myers, the righty. Jenks taking a deep breath on the mound. Here's the 1-1. Fastball, that's fly to center. Kenny James drifting into right center field a few steps with Gourneau backing up. Kenny makes the catch for out number 1. Josh Kroger up next. Well, one thing that's about Jenks is it's almost like you feel he could go out there and throw shutout baseball for every start he makes. 2 of his last 3 starts have been shutouts. Bobby doesn't really have the pitch count to allow him to go 9 innings in a game. He can go 7. He's done that once this year, and that was his last outing. But whenever the Traveler pitching staff, and for that matter, most minor league pitching staffs have a shutout thrown by their team, the pitching staff gets batting practice. Kroger, a line drive to right, charging in Gourneau, sliding, makes the catch. No, they're saying he dropped the ball as Gourneau dove on his chest, and it looked like the ball was in the glove, and the thud of the ground on his chest might have caused him to lose it. First base umpire Kaiser was out there in right field to signal the ball did drop, so Kroger reaches on the base hit, first hit of the game. I mentioned that you get pitchers batting practice. Of all the pitchers on the team, there's probably 2 of them that enjoy batting practice more than others, and that'd be Rich Fisher and Jenks. Rather than being a pitcher, I think Jenks would have much rather been a hitter, maybe a third baseman or a catcher. First pitch strike on the outside corner, 0-1. If you see Bobby throughout the day or even during batting practice, chances are he's going to have a bat in his hand. He really doesn't go many places without carrying a baseball bat. Inside the ballpark, that is. He's not roaming around town with a bat. Here's the 0-1. Fastball just missed outside. 1-1 to Corey Myers, a right-handed hitter playing first base. .292 average, 8 homers, 54 runs batted in. No score in the top of the second. The Diablos have their first base runner, Josh Kroger, at first base. He's held on by O'Keefe with the middle infielder's position to turn 2. Pitch on the way. Myers takes a fastball, called strike 2, outside corner.
If there is any weakness in Bobby Jenks' game, is he doesn't have a good pickoff move. But then again, you can throw 98, 99 miles an hour. You can concentrate on the batter.
And another thing about him, he's not all that slow to the plate. You get a lot of pitchers that throw extremely hard. They take a lot of time to get rid of the ball. Now, Jenks isn't very fast to the plate, but he's not amazingly slow. Curveball outside to Myers, and it's a 2-2 count. I've seen some other pitchers that remind me of Jenks. There's a prospect for the Brewers, Nick Neugebauer, who's almost the same build, very tall, big, and just thick all the way around. Big shoulders, threw hard, really rarely ever kept a runner on base. Myers takes a curve low and outside. The count runs full. Good eye on that pitch. In fact, Neugebauer, I remember one season, allowed 33 stolen bases in 33 attempts. Jenks he gives his catcher a chance to throw a runner out. Full count. Kroger, the runner at first. He doesn't run. The pitch is a fastball low, and Jenks offers up his first base on balls tonight. Well, it took Bobby 6 2/3 innings to walk his first batter last time out against Tulsa. Only his only walk of the ball game, and you can expect to see some walks from Jenks. He's not going to have all that many starts where he walks only one batter in 7 innings. And if he keeps it to about 2, 3, even 4 walks in a 7-inning start, that won't be all that bad. In order to pitch around those walks, he's going to have to come through with some of those strikeouts. He's got one today. Brian Loeb will step to the plate. Right-handed batter. He has struck out 6 times in this series in 12 at-bats. Runners at first and second. The infield again looks for 2 with O'Keefe behind the runner at first. Jenks' first pitch is low, ball 1. Tried that fastball. Having trouble locating it. Loeb, 61st game of the year, hitting .277, 4 homers, 25 RBIs. Kroger, good speed at second. Myers, the low average speed at first. The pitch is jacked into left center field. That one hit a ton. Kenny James streaking back to the warning track at the fence. He's got it for the second out of the inning, and the runners have to retreat back to their bases. Great grab by James as Loeb tested the warning track deep in center field. Boy, he was looking fastball, got a full extension on it, and drove it to the track in center.
And Kenny makes a fine play. He goes back laterally on the ball, and in the wind or maybe just the spin of the ball kind of blew it back over his shoulder, but he makes a fine catch and has to do a little stretching a little bit, maybe overextended going back there, but he's okay out in center field. Great play.
One of the hamstrings have been giving him some trouble. We saw that a couple days ago when he beat an infield single at first and had to take some time to let that muscle stretch back out. So good play, keeps the inning scoreless, and Matt Seriani stands into the plate, a designated hitter, right-handed, big swing and a tip into the catcher's mitt. Strike 1. Seriani playing his first game with the Diablos. He'd actually played 3 games with El Paso last year after getting traded from the Milwaukee Brewers, the original Major League organization that had signed him. Seriani played most of his college ball at Mississippi. He's from Vacaville, California, up in the Bay Area. The 0-1. A slider at the letters, a called strike. You don't see Jenks throwing the slider too much. He might have put some cut action on the fastball. The count is 0-2. This year, Seriani has been playing in the Central League with the Alexandria Aces as a starting catcher. Batted .294, 7 homers, 27 RBIs. Not a bad hitter. Pretty good catcher, too, but tonight the DH. The 0-2 pitch. Jenks throws a slider. It's in the dirt. Mathis blocks it, but the ball ricochets off him, rolls way in front of the plate. That'll give the runners an extra base. Not much of a chance for him to make a throw to the bases. Kroger to third. Myers to second. Charged Jenks with his 4th wild pitch of the year. But he can pitch around that by getting it out on Seriani. And that pitch there was almost like what Rich Fisher did in the 4th inning. The only mistake he made yesterday was the one pitch he threw 0-2 to Hairston in the 4th, which he tried to overwaste. It was a term that I sort of made up yesterday. Try to waste a pitch and waste it further than you're supposed to. It becomes a wild pitch. That's what Jenks did there. 1-2, breaking ball, called strike 3 as he got that one at the belt. Good looking pitch, and Jenks pitches around a hit, a walk, And a wild pitch. 2 runners left on base. We'll go to the bottom of the second. And still scoreless at Raywinder Field. This is FM 101.1, The River.
Go your own way with National Car Rental. Take a one-tank trip and discover Arkansas. National's great weekend special is just what you need for a trip to the Ozarks. Or get your friends together and rent a minivan to visit historic Eureka Springs. National offers a wide choice of sizes and styles, from luxury cars to vans and sport utility vehicles. Unlimited mileage rates are available. National Car Rental has 2 convenient locations, Little Rock Airport and North Little Rock at 3919 Pike Avenue. See National Car Rental's ad in the yellow pages for more information. Go your own way with National Car Rental.
If you have a Shell or Texaco credit card, your life just got easier. Shell is now accepting the Texaco credit card, and Texaco is now accepting the Shell credit card. That's right, both cards work in both places. In fact, both credit cards are welcome at over 23,000 Shell and Texaco stations nationwide. With that, the likelihood of not finding a gas station when you need it just went down the storm drain. The same conveniences still apply to both. You can pay at the pump or fill up with a few groceries inside. And if you're short on cash, you can still use them in the nationwide network of Plus ATM machines. And they're still available with no annual fee. But if your wallet hasn't been blessed with one of these credit cards before, here's its chance. You can apply by calling 888-98-SHELL or visit www.shellcreditcard.com. You can also apply for your Shell credit card at any Shell Superstop, your one-stop shop all across Arkansas.
Welcome back to Raywinder. Phil Elson and Steve Marston alongside you for tonight's Traveler baseball game. We have another one tomorrow as the Travs welcome the Midland Rockhounds to Raywinder Field. First time that those two teams will be playing since way back on May the 4th. A Sunday afternoon game in Midland. The last time Travs went 4-4 against the Rockhounds in the first half of the season. Tomorrow it is a tremendous promotion. These giveaways we have tomorrow were just great looking. Official Arkansas footballs given away to the first 1,000 paid general admission kids. That's sponsored by www.stampoutsmoking.com and Fox 16. It's a good looking football, and I'll tell you how I know it's a good football is because I can throw a spiral with it. I could not throw a spiral with any football, barely even a spiral with a Nerf, but I can somehow get a spiral off with this football, and that to me says something about it. You got to come out and check out that football. Football's at the baseball park. Dallas McPherson will stand and lead off in the second inning against Greg Aquino. First pitch, a tailing fastball for strike one. Well, McPherson's still hitting, even though he hasn't put on the power display that he did on Monday in the series opener. You're not going to see many 3-home-run games. It's rare you even see a 2-homer game. Dallas takes low, 1-1. The left-handed batter with the 3 homers on Monday, the only Texas League batter to hit 3 jacks in a game this year. He still come through with some big base hits, an RBI a couple nights ago, had a base hit yesterday, and took a walk, also stole a base. Aquino outside 2-1. Dallas in 13 games in Arkansas, 326 average. The 3 homers all came on Monday, but 14 RBIs and 11 runs scored. So he's getting on base, he's scoring runs, he's bringing runs in. He's been the best run producer that the Travs have had in the lineup since his promotion from the California League. And he'll be followed by Mike O'Keefe and Junior Zamora. The 2-1, big swing, a foul back into the first base screen. 2 balls, 2 strikes. And this might be where Dallas sort of changes his approach a little bit. He still takes a big swing, but not quite as nasty of a hack as he does before it gets to 2 strikes. We've seen him take a bit of a 2-strike swing. Chokes up just a little bit. The 2-2, swing and a foul away again. Just getting a piece of those pitches. So in the series, McPherson 7 for 12. 3 homers, 9 runs batted in. 8 of them came on Monday. He scored 4 runs. Aquino was allowed 5 homers in 16 starts. So he keeps the ball in the park. A curveball, a nice pitch. McPherson takes strike 3 at the knees. Well, not much Dallas could have done about that. That's one of those curveballs where you just take it and head back, take your medicine in the dugout.
That's exactly what he did. He spun around on his heel and was back in the dugout with his head down. before the ball was quite out of the mitt of catcher the catcher.
So the base is empty for Mike O'Keefe, as Aquino has struck out 2 batters in a row, and 4 consecutive batters have succumbed to him to start the game. First pitch, O'Keefe, a big swing and a miss at the curveball, strike 1. Mike hitting the ball pretty hard, but can't seem to stay out of the double play. Lined into a double play his first at-bat last night on a diving play by the outfielder Rozzy Timmons in right, who then doubled off Mathis at second. O'Keefe takes outside, the ball dropped by the catcher. 1 ball, 1 strike. Outfield position for O'Keefe to pull the ball. Center fielder Hall about 10 steps towards right. Right fielder Kroger playing fairly deep. The left fielder Timmons, normal position. Second baseman Green, 2 steps to the outfield. Mike takes outside, 2 balls and a strike from Aquino. When his last start lasted only 4 1/3 innings in a home game against San Antonio. Struck out 10 batters over those 4 1/3, so certainly has some of his overpowering pitches. That curveball looks to be a very sharp one. 2-1 from the right-hander. Slider inside. Good eye O'Keefe, ball 3. Aquino is 6'1". He hails from the Dominican Republic. He was signed by the Diamondbacks back in 1995. Originally, he was a shortstop. A light-hitting shortstop, but a guy that could field the ball. 229 career average in 5 seasons. The 3-1 pitch. Swinging a hard grounder up the middle. Mike O'Keefe with the first base hit of the game for the Travelers. His 5th hit of the series. That'll get him up to a little bit higher than the 257 average he comes into the game with. And a man on base for Junior Zamora. I mentioned Aquino was originally a shortstop. The Diamondbacks started to convert him into a pitcher in the 1999 season when they sent him to Arizona Rookie League Diamondbacks team, where he still played some shortstop, but took them out 13 times. And he slowly has progressed through the Diamondback system as a pitcher, higher up than he ever did as a position player. But at 24 years old, he's getting his first taste of Double-A ball. That's actually fairly old for Dominican players. They usually get up to Double-A maybe a little bit around the age of 2021, at least if they're telling the truth on their age. Zamora takes inside on a fastball, 1-0. Junior's starting to slump a little bit. He's hitless in the series, over 10 at-bats, 3 strikeouts, and only 3 hits in his last 6 games. No score in the bottom of the second at Ray Winder Field. From the stretch, Greg Aquino deals to Zamora, and he swings wildly and misses in a breaking pitch that was about a foot outside. Junior's having trouble with that curveball as usual, but what really seems to be more alarming is his inability to handle pitches that earlier he was hitting. Been doing a lot of fouling off fastballs and hanging breaking pitches. The same pitches that 2-3 weeks ago he was ripping into the gaps and alleys for extra base hits. O'Keefe, not much of a lead at first, and Zamora takes a strike on a slider.
Well, to understate that point you just made, for the month of July, Junior was hitting .349. Now here through the 14 days in August, he's down to .209. The drop of better than 100 points. So that might be one slight chink in the Travelers' armor. That's at the spot that the designated hitter isn't doing much hitting. The 1-2 pitch is fouled back, and the other Traveler designated hitter, it would be Carlos Duncan. Pretty much the positions are set, and if Brian Specht or second baseman Casey Smith need a night off, we'll probably see Jerome Alviso go in. But when it comes to the designated hitter, Carlos Duncan is struggling. So is Junior Zamora. And you need that designated hitter to hit. And it's going to be one or the other in that spot in the lineup. Ball 2 strikes on Zamora. His average is down to .285. He's been up to around .300 after that extremely hot July month, where he was in consideration for the Texas League Player of the Month. Again, O'Keefe takes a pretty short lead at first base. About 3.5 steps. Aquino at the stretch, kicks and deals a slider, and that's looped over second. Shallow right field will fall down for a Texas League-style base hit. Now, Zamora fooled on the pitch, but still using those long arms and the quick wrists, was able to flick the bat and loop it into right field. When you're struggling, you need a hit like that. Junior breaks his hitless streak at 10 consecutive with that single. O'Keefe moves to second base, so the Travelers are in business
with Nick Gourneau coming up. 8 RBIs in 13 games. Nick on a 9-game hitting streak. Travs have taken the lead in the last 2 ball games and have made offensive statements early in the game. The last 3 games, in fact. Travs, although they didn't have all that much run support yesterday, they did score a run in the first inning. So we'll see if they can get a run across here. Gourneau steps up, holds that bat right in front of his right ear, holds it towards the sky. In that crouch, wiggles just a little bit, but fairly quiet into the box. Aquino checks on O'Keefe and throws a slider in the dirt. Good block by the catcher, Loeb. Nice athletic play. 1 ball, no strikes on Gourneau, who in 12 games with the Travelers is hitting .391 with a home run and 8 runs batted in. Still hasn't hit a homer since his first game with Arkansas, but he's been sending them into the gaps. 2 doubles, 2 triples, and both of the 3-baggers in this series. A 1-0 pitch on the way from Aquino. Fastball, and there's a strike. Hadn't thrown that many fastballs recently. Mostly breaking pitches to Zamora. So that fastball looked like it had some extra life on it. Gourneau was a tremendous run producer at single A. 72 RBIs to lead the team, and was 5th best in the Cal League. I think Nick is still showing that nose for the RBI. Good line drive hitter. 1-1, low and outside, 2 balls and a strike on the Traveler right fielder.
And with the infield playing for 2, that means the shortstop is shaded towards the second base bag, leaving a big hole on the left side of the infield. And Nick, being a right-handed hitter, can drive one there, score at least 1 run.
Aquino working fairly slowly right now. He's been the kind of pitcher to use up his allotted pitch count quite early. Throws a lot of pitches in innings, takes some time between them. Checking the runner at second. Aquino to the plate. Fastball. That's ripped towards right field. A high fly ball to the fence. That's going to hit the Coors right side. O'Keefe will score. Here comes Zamora around third base. No cutoff is in time here. Gourneau to second. Zamora slides in safely for a 2-0 advantage over the Diablos. A 2-run double for Nick Gourneau, and the Travs take the lead once again.
And Gourneau just goes with the pitch Aquino gave, goes the opposite way, and lines it down to the Coors Light sign in right field, scoring both runners. A fine piece of hitting by the Travs right fielder.
Well, it looked like if Gourneau was going to take a pitch to the opposite field, it was going to be the fastball. Still a little bit behind it, but if you're going to go up and try to pull a pitch, probably should be the breaking ball and then take that fastball to the opposite field. Nice approach by Nick Gourneau. He knows how to hit. Third double with the Travs, RBIs 9 and 10. And that keeps the runner in scoring position for Brian Specht. Earlier today, Specht was given a new award issued by a terrific Traveler fan, season ticket holder Lonnie Bradley, who sits over on the first base side. You'll see him with the fishing net trying to bring in foul balls. Specht will take a breaking pitch on the outside corner for strike 1. He's a switch hitter, batting left-handed. 253 average, 14 homers, 60 RBIs. The reason Specht was given the award, and it's a ring from Lonnie's pawn shop, B&H Pawn Shop over on MacArthur Drive in North Little Rock, is that he hit the most home runs of any Traveler at Ray Winder, 11 of them. Bouncer on the right side, Myers picks it up, runs to the back himself for the unassisted putout. Gourneau advances to third on the second out of the inning. So Specht was given that award. We didn't come up with a name for it. I was thinking maybe the B&H Pawn Shop Kings of Raywinder Field Award. But just call it the Home Heroes, possibly. Lonnie, a season ticket holder the last couple of seasons, just wanted to kind of give back to the players that give him so much excitement and pleasure as he's been sitting on the first base side now for 2 seasons. Loves coming to the Traveler games, a big fan. And he wanted to give back to them. So he gave an award to Specht for hitting the most home runs, to Eric Sear for winning the most games at Raywinder Field. Sear picked up 4 victories, including the 14-4 game on Monday against El Paso as Casey Smith fouls a ball into the first base row of seats. Well, that one almost got a fan on the second level. Got out of the way of that one. 0-1 the count. Also, the other award will go to Nathan Haynes. We'll have to ship that ring up to him in Salt Lake City. Haynes stole the most bases at Raywinder Field. We want to thank Lonnie Bradley and his wife Sybil from the B&H Pawn Shop over on MacArthur Drive in North Little Rock. Big fans. Casey Smith takes a low 1-1. 2-0 Travelers, bottom of the second. Smith sat out of yesterday's game as Alviso took over at second base. Jerome made some fine plays on the infield. And a critical walk in the deciding 12th inning. The 1-1, outside pitch from Aquino as he fell off the mound awkwardly. And he'll have his catcher come out to the mound to talk with him for a split second. You met Lonnie for the first time today, Steve, I think. And we're wearing his B&H Pawn Shop T-shirt. Got that fishing net. You've seen him catch some foul balls.
Yes, I have. He's made some nice plays, and first thing he said to me, "How you doing, Steve?" Very, very outgoing kind of guy. Real nice, and a great Traveler fan, as you mentioned.
The 2-1. Casey swings a fly ball to right field. That's one for Josh Kroger. Makes the catch to end the inning. So, Lonnie, while we've been talking about you, the Travs took a 2-0 lead. You're good luck. 2 runs, 3 hits, one man left on base. And we go to the third with a 2-0 Traveler lead on FM 101.1 The River.
The 2004 transport trucks are rolling into Gwatney Chevrolet, and prices are rolling down on all remaining 03 models. 2003 Suburbans up to $10,000 off. The rugged Chevy Avalanche as low as $24,000. 03 Silverado extended cabs as low as $14,500. Gwatney has the low prices other dealerships won't match. Plus, big rebates and 0% financing available. Gwatney Chevrolet in Jacksonville. We'll be there. With approved credit, see dealer for details.
Miller Lite. Miller time. It's time to grab the fellas and hit defrost. Great tasting Miller Lite. Time to melt cold shoulders. Time to pull your mojo out of the freezer and warm it up on the grill. It's time for a great tasting Miller Lite. Great tasting Miller Lite. At a place called Miller Time.
Miller Lite, Miller Brewing Company, Milwaukee, Wisconsin. Live responsibly.
The Travs and Del Monte have stepped up to the plate to offer you a great seating alternative this season at Ray Winder Field. It's the Del Monte Harvest Foods Family Section. This special no-smoking, no-alcohol area has been set aside to make your family's ballpark experience even more enjoyable. So when you buy your Travs tickets, ask for the Del Monte Harvest Foods Family Section. Del Monte Vegetables, simple mealtime solutions that will have you saying, "Hey, I can do that."
Look for Del Monte Vegetables at your local Harvest Foods. Harvest Foods, an Arkansas company serving Arkansans.
Mr. Goodwrench, who is this one and only GM expert? I'm about to find out.
GM Goodwrench, may I help you?
Yeah, hi. Question for you. Mr. Goodwrench had over 1 million hours of training last year?
That's right.
Well, there happens to be only 8,760 hours in a year, Missy.
Excuse me?
Throws a little wrench into this whole Mr. Goodwrench thing over there, doesn't it?
Huh?
You like that? Wrench? It's a play on Goodwrench. I just made that up.
Find Mr. Goodwrench, the one and only GM expert at over 7,000 GM dealers.
Bobby Jenks with the first pitch strike here to start off the third inning. 2-0 lead for Jenks and the Travelers. Sergio Santos, the number 9 batter and the shortstop for El Paso, leads off the third inning. And he'll take a curveball outside from Jenks. 1-1. Santos batting ninth in the order, followed by Andy Green and Victor Hall. Jenks has his sign. Mathis puts the target on the inside corner. The fastball is right there for the strike. Santos taking all the way right now. Santos, one of those 19-year-old shortstops. In his second year professionally, first-round pick in the 2002 draft. Fastball missed outside, very close, 2-2. Santos in 20 games with El Paso is hitting .217. No homers, 9 RBIs. Good bet for a strikeout at least 1 point throughout the game. The 2-2, and there's the strikeout on a swing and a miss. Jenks whipped him on a fastball, strikeout number 3 for the blazing right-hander. Back to the top of the order and Andy Green. So first 9 batters Bobby faces. 3 strikeouts, 1 base hit, a liner to right by Kroger that Nick Gourneau almost made a great catch on, only 1 walk. And probably the ball that was hit the hardest was Loeb, who flied out to the wall in center in the second inning. Green hit back to the mound in the first. He's 5 for 13 in the series, and a first pitch strike, 0-1. Victor Hall is on deck. Bobby taking that deep breath. It is muggy tonight in Little Rock. 0-1 pitch. That's a fastball just missing low. 1-1. Being muggy and everything, it's still a beautiful night. You got a sound of birds chirping from across the highway. Nice crowd for a Thursday night as the Travs look for their 7th consecutive win. A ball bunted foul into the third base seat. 3 fans with a glove went after it, and the only one without a glove ended up getting that ball. That's just like saying 2 and 2 equals 5. Green comes back up to the plate, took an extra hack, and steps back up there. Good contact hitter. Jenks kicks and throws. Fastball above the catcher and back to the screen. 2 balls, 2 strikes. We'll see that pitch every once in a while from Jenks. What we're seeing right now from Bobby these days, this is what Nuke LaLoosh was supposed to look like in his, 3rd or 4th year in the majors, if he had gotten there, or in the minors, I should say. There are a lot of comparisons between Bobby and Nuke LaLoosh. Fastball fouled back. 2 balls, 2 strikes. Young, big right-handers that hadn't quite been able to harness the amazing power in their right arm. They're both pretty pure-hearted. Pitch in the dirt, 2 and 2. And regardless of what you might have seen about Bobby on SportsCenter or read in ESPN the magazine, he's a good person. And he was slightly stung by the reports on TV. If you want to know something about Bobby Jenks, you should have seen him yesterday in the bullpen while the Travs batting practice had been canceled. Green strikes out on a high fastball. Boy, that pitch really wrung the mitt of Jeff Mathis' glove. That made some noise throughout the park. 2 outs and Victor Hall up next. We have at Raywinter Field a mother, father, and son that come to the ball game most every night. Son's about 14, 15, high school age, playing high school ball. And they've been coming the last 2 years and have really fallen in love with the game and the Arkansas Travelers. And the son has developed somewhat of a relationship with some of the players, mostly pitchers, because he also pitches, as Hall takes an inside fastball, 1-0. But what was Bobby Jenks doing yesterday when batting practice was canceled? He was catching that young high school pitcher in the bullpen and giving him some pointers. The 1-0 is a fastball for a strike, 1-1. Hall struck out on a changeup in the first inning. Bobby has rung up 4 strikeouts out of 10 men faced. 2-0 Arkansas, top of the third. Bobby spent a good 25 minutes with him. It's got to be such a joy for that young kid. I don't know his name. I've seen him around the ballpark quite a bit as a pitch misses high, 2-1. But he had a great time. Also, Ryan Cummings and Dusty Bergman have been helping him out. Some of the pitchers are taking to him. 2-1 pitch is low, 3 balls and a strike.
That is wonderful to hear because at heart, these guys for the Travelers are just baseball fans and baseball players, and they love the game. They love teaching the game to younger kids, and that's just wonderful to hear.
3-1, fouled off left side. The count runs full. And also, Bobby Jenks, he's nothing really but a big kid. He's eager to get out there and pitch. He's eager to win for his teammates. But you can still see a kid at heart in him. He does have 2 kids himself, so he'll still stay a little young at heart. 3-2 pitch outside, ball 4. Second walk, and that pitch missed by just a little. Good eye by Hall. And he becomes the third base runner off of Jenks. Second on the base on balls. Brian Barton up next.
That was a good idea by Hall because it was a high fastball. And no way that Hall's probably going to catch up with it anyway. So he takes it and hopes for the best, and he gets the benefit of the call.
Jenks protecting a 2-0 lead the Travs gave to him in the bottom of the second. We're in the top of the third now. Barton the batter. Right-handed, 301 average, but he grounded it short in the first. Hall running on the first pitch, taken for a strike throw to second on the money. Not in time. Hall steals the second base. Good throw. But Hall got a big break on Jenks. It didn't really look like he paid him much mind at first base. Still got the ball to the plate quickly, but Hall had taken off maybe about 2 beats before Jenks lifted his leg and threw home. Hall's 12th steal of the season in his 30th try. So he's been thrown out 18 times. And to second base for the Diablos. Barton with 45 RBIs. The 1-0 hit foul into the first base fence, right into that first base fence. That was a scorcher. And as a matter of fact, that's the father of the young kid that has been coming out to the ballpark and working on his pitching every once in a while. Who, a ball would have hit him without that chain link. Thank the Lord for the invention of chain link fence, huh?
Yeah, and when you've got somebody that throws as hard as Bobby does, just any kind of contact made with the baseball bat, it's going to rock it off of it. Hopefully it'll be away from the fans, though.
Bobby's 1-1, breaking ball low, blocked by Mathis. Good eye by Barton, 2 balls and a strike. Plus, when you get that right-handed hitter, he's going to hit a lot of foul balls off Jenks into the first base seats. It really wouldn't matter what ballpark you were sitting at if you're on the first or third base side, but at Ray Winder, a little closer than usual. 2-1, Jenks deals. There's that breaking ball called for strike 3. That was a 1-2 pitch for strike 3, and Jenks strikes out the side in the third inning. A sonic strikeout inning. 5 Ks for Jenks and 3 shutout frames, and we go to the bottom of the third with the Travs ahead of the Diablos 2-0 on FM 101, The River.
Looking for the perfect snack to go along with the game? Pick up America's #1 food craving and hit a home run with your family. With more than 300 varieties of cheese made right here in America, there are endless ways to cave to the crave. Stop by your local grocer for ideas on how to create mouth-watering appetizers that the entire family is going to love. Cheese is the perfect snack to accompany any game, and you'll be a winner with your family. Ah, the power of cheese. The Isle of Capri and Lula has your Isle 1 Players Club card. Earn comps, points, and mail offers. Receive cash back on the same day. Plus Isle miles for fabulous merchandise and Carnival cruises. New Isle players who join the new Isle 1 Players Club and earn 10 points or 1 hour of rated table play in one gaming day will win from $1,000 to $5,000 instantly. All part of the Isle $1 million giveaway. Come in and sign up. Earn 10 points or 1 hour of table play and scratch it off. Winning? That easy. It all happens with Isle 1. The best club, the most rewards, only at the Isle of Capri Casino and Lula. No purchase necessary. Full details at the Isle 1 booth.
Is it time to revamp your office? Well, get in on the best-kept secret in Arkansas. Southern Office Services, located in the River Market, is the #1 source for new pre-owned and retro office furniture. Over 20,000 square feet of desks, chairs, files, panel systems, and much, much more. You'll be amazed at the savings found at Southern Office Services, where service is an art in itself. Located in the heart of the River Market at 608 President Clinton Avenue. Southern Office Services.
Your home for Travelers Baseball. FM 101.1 The River. KDRE. North Little Rock, Little Rock.
Bottom of the third inning at Ray Winder Field. We had a sonic strikeout inning there as Bobby Jenks struck out 3 of the 4 batters he faced. Got Sergio Santos on a fastball. Blew Andy Green away on a fastball. Brian Barton struck out looking on a curve. So we'll be naming a lucky fan winner of a $25 gift certificate to any Sonic Drive-In that participated in this. That should be any Sonic Drive-In in Arkansas. And we'll announce that winner later on in the game. And the Travs lead 2-0. We'll get back to the top of the Arkansas order. Kenny James will lead off. I'm Phil Elson. Steve Marston with you tonight as well. Game 4 of a 4-game set. Travs looking for their first home sweep of the season. James looking to bunt the first pitch. He bunts it right back into the catcher. And Loeb looked like he took it on the thigh, but it'll be okay. Strike 1. Kenny grounded out in the first inning. He's followed by Weber and Mathis. This threesome went down in order against Greg Aquino in the first inning. Apparently our public address announcer said something funny. I didn't quite catch it. You got to listen a little more. James a pop-up behind third base. Tough play for the infielders. Chasing at the shortstop. This will fall in fair territory. James digging for second. He's safe with a double. Oh, talk about your cheap doubles. James has bought that one for less than a nickel. A blooper that Barton gave chase for from third base. He had no shot at it. Santos, the only position player close to the ball, and he was about a foot away from it. The ball landed just away from him and maybe kicked up some chalk along the baseline as it landed about 20 feet into the outfield.
Second double of the night against Greg Aquino, and now Jake Weber with a chance for the RBI.
For James' third double of the series. He scored 4 runs already this series, doing a good job at the top of the order. Weber takes a pitch in the dirt as the block by Loeb keeps James at second. 1-0. Weber grounded out in the first inning to the second baseman. Ground out here to the second baseman would get James into third base. With less than 2 outs, a sac fly would bring him in. Aquino from the stretch. The corner infielder is expecting a bunt. Weber not bunting. He is slamming it to center field. Way back, Victor Hall at the wall. It's over his head, off the fence. James will score for a 3-0 lead. Weber takes his place at second with an RBI double. You're anticipating a sacrifice bunt. The next thing you know, it's over the center fielder's head. Couldn't be any different from a sac bunt. Double number 29 on the year for Weber. RBI number 60. He's now 3 behind O'Keefe for the team lead. And a 3-0 lead for the Travs with Bobby Jenks on the mound. That has been as good as gold this season. Jeff Mathis stands into the plate against Aquino, who has given up 4 base hits to the last 7 men he's faced. Mathis low grounded towards short. Santos gets in front of the ball. He'll throw to first in the dirt. The scoop by Myers for out number 1. Good scoop by the first baseman. Weber stays at second base on the ground out. Here's Dallas McPherson striding to the plate next. Reminder, fans, that we got our final Traveler regular season home game this Sunday. 3 o'clock start time, but tons of stuff going on before then. At 12:45, the Jim Elder Good Sport Fund presents a baseball clinic for kids 18 and under on the field. Again, that's 1:45. First 200 kids get a free Traveler baseball. And at 1:30, we have a charity softball game. As McPherson tried to check a swing but couldn't hold back. Strike 1 on a changeup. 1:30, the Little Rock Police Department takes on the Little Rock Fire Department in a charity softball game which benefits the Rape Crisis Center. That's this coming Sunday at Raywinder Field. Game starts at 3 p.m. Outside pitch to McPherson, 1-1. You can get into the ballpark Sunday for free by presenting a Del Monte label or a cash register receipt for the purchase of any Del Monte product. Again, that's for free admission. 1 free admission per label or receipt for Sunday's home game. McPherson takes low. 2 balls and a strike. Dallas was a strikeout victim in the second inning when he led off. 3-0 Arkansas, bottom third at Raywinder Field. Weber the RBI double to put the Travs ahead by this 3-0 lead. It was 2-0 after a Gourneau 2-run double in the second. Left-handed batter McPherson. Bent knee stance. And swing and a hard line drive dropped by the second baseman Green in short right field. Recovers and throws McPherson out. Dallas running as hard as he could. He hit the ball so hard that gave Green some time to make a mistake. Looked like Green might have tried to throw to second base before he had the ball, as Weber would have been dead meat if the ball was caught. But he was able to get back into second before Green recovered it. So he stays at second base, and Mike O'Keefe comes up next.
It was a good play by Green to keep his head after dropping the soft line drive, to take his time and make a good strong throw to first to get at least 1 out.
So Aquino getting hit pretty hard in this inning out of the 4 men he's faced. There's been 1 bloop double, 1 rocket off the center field wall, a regular grounder to short, and a hard line drive to second. Let's see what Mike O'Keefe can do. He singled up the middle in the second inning. 64 RBIs on the year. And the man chasing him for the team lead, Weber, is at second base. First pitch fastball, strike 1, outside corner. Well, O'Keefe without an RBI in this series, and before this series, he had knocked in 15 runs in 14 games. Thing is Dallas McPherson has been batting in front of O'Keefe and has taken away most of his RBI chances. And 0-1 count. Aquino throws outside. He left his shortstop out to dry. Santos was giving Weber some mind at second. And Aquino looked over there, saw his shortstop come over. Usually you have the pitcher step off the rubber at that point. But Aquino went right into his motion. O'Keefe, left-handed batter, a 1-1 count. Tried to check back a swing, but followed through on the curveball, strike 2. Haven't seen Aquino go to that breaking pitch that often. Travs are hitting the fastball. Curveball was what he used when he retired the first 4 Trav batters in a row. He's still been going back to it, but hasn't had it set up as well as he does now. 1-2 the pitch, curveball in the dirt. Loeb tried to block it. It scoots behind him to third base going Weber on a wild pitch. Quick note about Weber. His family is being affected by this power outage in the Northeast. He lives at Wappinger Falls, New York, which is close to Poughkeepsie on the Hudson River. It's a little more than an hour north of New York City, right on the Hudson River. And that area affected by the power outages. Jake had spoken to his sister, which he lives pretty close to his parents in Wappinger Falls, and found out that they're okay. Just they won't be able to listen to the webcast tonight. 2-2 on O'Keefe. A breaking ball called for strike 3, and that'll end the inning. Aquino gets the call on the curveball, ending the third. Travs do rack up a run on a pair of doubles. Weber with the RBI. He's stranded at third base. Travelers hold a 3-0 lead with Jenks coming back to the mound in the 4th inning with Steve Marston taking the microphone on FM 101.1, The River.
Warmer days are moving in. Get moving on your tan. Look good and feel great with a healthy, glowing tan from Advanced Sun Systems. Advanced Sun Systems has 4 levels of tanning to suit you and unlimited tanning packages that start at $20 a month with a one-time enrollment fee. Advanced Sun Systems also has the hottest swimwear and beachwear with colors and styles you won't find anywhere else. It's summer year-round at Advanced Sun Systems, located on Chenal Parkway, Maumelle, and the North Little Rock location that offers the incredible UV-free Mystic Tan. Make your appointment today at Advanced Sun Systems and get ready for the ultimate tanning experience.
Synonymous. Words alike in significance and meaning, like summer and baseball. Baseball and Ray Winder Field. Ray Winder Field and hot dogs. Hot dogs and Coca-Cola. Yes, Coke is joining the Travs All-Star lineup this summer right alongside the future Anaheim Angels wearing the Travelers uniform. Enjoy the best value in family entertainment in Central Arkansas. Ray Winder Field, the Arkansas Travelers, and Coke. 3 summer classics. Call 664-1555 or visit our website at travs.com.
It's toaster time anytime this month at Sonic, because Sonic offers their full menu all day. Choose from our Chicken Club Toaster Sandwich, our Bacon Cheddar Burger Toaster, or our 3 Breakfast Toaster Sandwiches, made with egg, cheese, and your choice of sausage, bacon, or ham. All on thick, delicious Texas toast and made after you order it. So now when you drive into Sonic, you can get a toaster sandwich for breakfast, lunch, or dinner. Whatever you want, whenever you want. Only at Sonic.
Travs right-hander Bobby Jenks has only allowed 1 base hit through 3 innings of work. As we get ready for the top of the 4th inning, Travelers lead the El Paso Diablos by a score of 3-0. Welcome back to Ray Winder Field, everyone. I'm Steve Marston in the gym box. Phil Elson will be back after a while. Bobby Jenks will face the heart of the Diablo order, hitters 4, 5, and 6 here in this 4th inning. Ozzie Timmons will lead things off. He bats from the right side, and he's 0-for-1 tonight. Jenks delivers big fastball, swing and a miss, and Bobby's ahead in the count, 0-1. Travs with a couple of runs in the 2nd inning on an RBI double by Nick Gorneau. 1 more in the bottom of the 3rd to lead this ball game. Bobby delivers again. This one took something off of and gets Timmons to swing and miss at yet again. Bobby struck out the side in the 3rd inning and has now got the leadoff man Timmons in the hole, 0-2 here in the 4th. He reaches out and taps one towards short. 2 hopper for Speck. Low throw. Good dig by Mike O'Keefe, the first baseman, and Timmons is retired. 1 away here in the 4th inning. That'll bring in Josh Kroger, the right fielder for the Diablos. He's 4 out of 9 here in this series. One of the few Diablos that has really had a lot of production against this Travelers starting pitching rotation. Got a couple of doubles and a couple of singles and an RBI to show for his work here in this series. He looks at the first pitch from Jenks inside, ball one. Travs looking to sweep the Diablos out of town. They've already won the first 3 games of this set. 0-1, check swing. Pitch rolled foul down the first baseline, out of play. Actually, that was a 1-ball pitch, so the count is now even at a ball and a strike. Kroger singled his first time up against Jenks, then was advanced to second base by a walk to Myers, and then wild pitch to third in the second inning, but was left stranded there when Bobby was able to record the final strikeout. 1-1 is high to Kroger, and it's 2 balls and 1 strike. Travelers lead the series on the season against El Paso 7-4. Here's the 2-1 pitch. Swung on and fouled away again. Good pitch by Jenks in on the hands of Kroger. And he just is able to make contact to stay alive. Of those 7 victories that the Travs have over these El Paso Diablos, 4 have come here at Ray Winder Field and 2 at Cohen Stadium in El Paso. 2-2 to the left-handed hitting Kroger, and he swings and misses. A defensive swing, but he strikes out nonetheless. 6 Ks on the night for Bobby Jenks, and that's the second out of the inning. Corey Myers will now stand in. He'll try to extend things here for his team in the 4th. 2 men away, and nobody on the base paths. Myers walked his last time up. Jenks from the windup pours a strike in at the belt with a fastball. 0-1 the count. Jenks ready to work quickly again. The 0-1 pitch skips in the dirt about 5 feet in front of home plate. Looked like a slider that he just overthrew. And the count is even at a ball and a strike. Travs playing very good baseball here in this homestand. 1-1. Hit off the end of the bat foul down the right field line and out of play. And the count advances to a ball and 2 strikes. Travs broke out the whooping stick in game 1 of this series, beating El Paso 14-4. As Jenks delivers the 1-2 pitch, it's a little nubber towards short. Speck charges, bobbles, and can't come up with the handle. And Myers will be safe at first base. It was a weakly hit ball that both McPherson and Speck converged on. And we'll see if that'll be the second hit. No, it will not. It will be the first error of the night. Again, charged to Travs shortstop Brian Speck. Brian leads the Texas League in that dubious category. That is 34 for him on the year, and the 147th for the Travelers as a team. That's second in the Texas League, only trailing these same El Paso Diablos. So Bobby Jenks will face Brian Loeb now, right-handed hitting catcher. Looks at the first pitch, ball 1. Game 2 of this series, the Travelers won 8-6, taking advantage of 4 El Paso errors en route to the victory. And then last night, the Travs were able to win a pitcher's duel, 2-1 in 12 innings. The next pitch from Jenks is high, 2 balls and no strikes now to Brian Loeb. So the Travs have won ball games in every way you can, and have taken a 1-game lead in the Texas League Eastern Division over the Tulsa Drillers. 2-ball pitch. Here it comes, high and away, and Jeff Mathis will run out and have a quick word with his right-hander. Bobby got the first 2 outs of the inning relatively easy. a ground out and a strikeout. Then Myers reached on an error, and he stands at first base for Brian Loeb, who is just 2 for 13 in this, 2 for 14 in this series. But he's ahead of Bobby Jenks, 3 balls and no strikes, and I bet you anything he's taking all the way here. Bobby lifts the leg, 3-0, is taken high for ball 4. Loeb was taking all the way, and Bobby misses the strike zone just above the letters, and that's his 3rd walk of the night, and that puts a man in scoring position, Corey Myers, down at second. Loeb takes his place at first base, and now Matt Sirianni will stand in. Sirianni, in his very first game here with the El Paso Diablos, although he's had a fine minor league career in mostly A-ball to this point, making a start for the Diablos. Looks at the first pitch from Jenks, a fastball riding high out of the strike zone for ball 1. This is the only thing you worry about with Bobby Jenks, is him losing command of the strike zone. He's got incredible stuff. When he takes a little bit off of a pitch, it makes his 98-mile-per-hour fastball look that much faster. He's got a good, sharp slider as well. Nothing wrong with the mechanics and of the stuff of Bobby Jenks. It's just him being able to consistently put the ball within that 17 inches of the home plate area. 2 on and 2 out here in the 4th inning. The Travelers lead 3-0. Bobby Jenks has only allowed 1 base hit, despite the fact that there are 2 men on right now. The next pitch is a high fastball that Sirianni cannot catch up to, swings and misses, and the count is even on him, and a ball and a strike. Jenks working from the stretch with the runners on base. Maybe takes a little bit of velocity off of his pitches, but not enough to make a major difference. There's a good-looking slider, catches the outside part of the plate. 1 ball and 2 strikes. So Bobby looking to record strikeout number 7 on this evening. He's got Sirianni set up at a ball and 2 strikes. The runners get their lead away from second and first. Jenks from the stretch. The pitch, swing and a miss. Strike 3. Strikeout number 7 for Bobby on the night. And he works around an error and a walk here in the 4th inning. And nothing across for the Diablos with 2 men left. At the end of 3.5, it's Arkansas 3 and El Paso nothing here on FM 101.1 The River.
Well, ladies and gentlemen, the votes have been tabulated, and here are the winners. Voted Pulaski County's best barbecue, Pig and Chick Restaurant. Voted Pulaski County's best catfish, Pig and Chick Restaurant. Voted best plate lunch, once again, Pig and Chick Restaurant. And last but not least, voted best family dinner, and you guessed it, the overall winner, Pig and Chick Restaurant in Sherwood. Congratulations to Pig and Chick Restaurant, just 2 blocks south of Kiel Avenue in Sherwood. To dine at your house, call 834-5456. To place your order and pick it up at the drive-thru window. Or to cater your family or company parties over the holidays, call 834-5456. And for the best barbecue, catfish, plate lunch, or family sit-down dinner, visit Pig and Chick Restaurant, 7824 Highway 107, that's JFK Boulevard, 2 blocks south of Kiel Avenue in Sherwood. Open Monday through Saturday. Hey, it's a proven winner.
Miller time. It's time to tuck the sun in and give it a good night kiss. Miller time. It's time to put the 9 to 5 back on the shelf. Miller time. Time to wear the knife like a cape and break out the Miller Lite. It's time for real time. At a place called Miller Time.
Miller Lite, Miller Brewing Company, Milwaukee, Wisconsin. Live responsibly.
Achoo! Taking prescription allergy medication but not getting all the relief you need Benadryl Allergy. Proven better than the leading prescription allergy medicine. Medical studies prove histamine-blocking Benadryl is more effective at relieving your worst allergy symptoms, like runny nose, sneezing, itchy nose, and watery eyes. So now you know. Benadryl, more effective than the leading prescription allergy medicine.
Use as directed, based on Benadryl Allergy 50 milligram dose 3 times daily. Over the last 5 years, U.S. prescription and histamine data.
Our baseball game rolls into the bottom of the fourth inning, 3-0. The Arkansas Travelers lead over the El Paso Diablos, looking to win their 7th game in a row, and you can calculate that out further. If they can come up with a victory tonight, is on for that baseball, and finally it's run down by some fans about halfway up the field box seats. Getting back to Aquino, he gave up 3 consecutive hits that led to 2 runs in the second inning, and then back-to-back doubles in the third inning. That's really been his only mistakes tonight, as he delivers high and inside to Zamora, and the count is even at a ball and 1 strike. Junior, a right-handed hitter, waits the 1-1 and taken high, looked like a curveball, and the count is 2 balls and 1 strike. Very nice to see Junior break out of the funk of semi back in the second inning. He singled and was later scored on the double by Gourneau, as the next pitch to him misses again at the belt inside. 3 balls and 1 strike. Junior was 0 for 10 in this series coming into this game. Had a little bloop single that got over the infield dirt, dropping between first baseman and the right fielder as he swings at another one and lifts it high again. Pop foul near the stands. Reaching out and making a fine catch is Myers. Reaches over the railing in the Optimist dugout and takes the pitch away from Zamora and for these kids down there in the dugout, and they're letting Myers hear about it. But boy, a fine play by the first baseman Myers to retire Zamora for the first out here in the 4th inning. Now Nick Gourneau will stand in, riding a 10-game hitting streak now, as he lifts the first pitch he sees in the air, left field, tailing away, but a fine catch by Timmons. Oh, wow, what a dandy diving catch by Ozzie Timmons. That ball was hit on a rope to left field. Timmons raced toward the line, dove out, full extension, and hauls it in for the second out of the inning. Tremendous play on the ball hit by Gourneau. So there are 2 away in the inning. Aquino getting some fine defensive help. And now Brian Speck will stand in. Brian, a switch hitting shortstop, in from the left side of the plate at this at-bat against the right-handed Aquino. Looks at the first pitch for ball 1. Brian Barton plays in on the grass at third with 2 men away against Speck as the next pitch sails away, and it's 2-0. Speck, the star of last night's game for the Travelers, didn't do much of anything in his first 4 at-bats. In fact, he was 0 for 3 with a sacrifice, but in the bottom of the 12th inning, he came up with a triple and then later scored on a wild pitch to win the ball game for the Travelers 2-1 in 12 innings over these El Paso Diablos. The next pitch to Speck was downstairs, so Brian in the driver's seat, 3-0. Aquino will have to bring one down the plate here, and he does. Bryan takes all the way, and Aquino gets back in the count somewhat at 3 balls and 1 strike. 2 men away, nobody on base for Brian Speck here in the Traveler 4th inning. Aquino deals, big fastball, wave and a miss, and now the count is full on Speck at 3 balls and 2 strikes. Travs lead this game 3-0. They've pounded out 5 hits off of Aquino, but haven't had one since the 3rd inning. Aquino deals again, and Bryan hits it off the end of the bat, well out of play. It'll get into the picnic terrace area, and he stays alive to see at least one more pitch. Aquino has retired the last 5 Travelers he has faced since giving up that RBI double to Weber, and he gets Speck to lift this one high, shallow left field, plenty of room for Timmons. He camps under it and makes the catch to retire the side. 1, 2, 3 go the Travelers in the 4th inning. It's the first time they've been retired in order all night tonight. We go to the 5th, 3-0 Arkansas here on FM 101.1 The River.
Boy, it sure gets hot during the baseball season, and Ready Ice, Arkansas's largest ice company, is always the best choice to keep your favorite drinks cold. Once again, Ready Ice is proud to present Ready Ice Wednesdays at Ray Winter Field. Just pop in anywhere Ready Ice is sold in Greater Little Rock, like Exxon stations or your local convenience store, and grab a coupon good for a $2 admission to any Travs Wednesday home game. Get ready, get the coupon, and go to Ready Ice Discount Wednesdays at Ray Winter Field.
Stop by AgPro at Highway 165 in England and take a look at the new John Deere 5020 Series tractors. This rugged lineup can handle your livestock chores with ease. Choose the 45 to 75 PTO horsepower straddle mount, isolated open operator station, or cab model that fits your needs. The new tractors offer improved comfort, control, and convenience. So check out the new John Deere 5020 Series tractors at AgPro at Highway 165 in England.
Top Shoes, Arkansas's largest shoe store, and New Balance are proud to support our travelers. New Balance shoes come in the size and width that fit every Travs fan. And Top Shoes has the largest selection of New Balance shoes in the entire state. Not only does New Balance have shoes for athletes, Top Shoes have New Balance shoes for foot problems such as diabetic neuropathy or plantar fascia. The friendly employees at Top Shoes will gladly measure your feet and get that New Balance that is just right for you. Top Shoes is located in Little Rock, North Little Rock, Benton, Conway, Russellville, and throughout Arkansas.
When you spill something, you are witnessing the law of gravity in action. When you use New Bounty with bigger quilts to clean it up, you are defying the same law of gravity. Bounty has a unique drip lock feature to lock in spills. So, gravity is defied. Spills happen. Fortunately, you have Bounty to clean them up.
The Quilted Quick Locker Upper.
Look for New Bounty with bigger quilts to lock in spills.
1 ball and no strikes to count to Sergio Santos as we begin the 5th inning. Bobby Jenks, the Travs right-hander, pours in a strike on the next pitch, and the count is even at a ball and a strike. 3-0 the score. Bobby Jenks, Travs with the lead as he delivers inside, catches the corner, and it's 2-1. Jenks has struck out 7 so far, one of them being Santos. Back in the 3rd inning. He deals to Santos again, and this one skips in front of the plate. And the count moves to 1 ball and 2 strikes. Bobby, facing the right-handed hitter, Santos will work from the windup. 2-2, little reach out and tap. Little number to third base. Tough play for McPherson. He bare hands but has no throw to make, so it'll be an infield single for Santos. Pretty much swinging bunt. and he's aboard to lead things off here in the 5th inning. Just the second hit giving up tonight by Bobby Jenks. Well, earlier in the broadcast, Phil was talking about a young man that Bobby was working with out in the Travs bullpen, a high school student that was a pitcher. The young man's name is Brandon Shomar, and he is actually the bat boy tonight here. And Brandon said Bobby was great and gave him some tips on pitching, and Bobby even gave him a Traveler's hat. So way to be Bobby, and I know Brandon appreciates that, as do all the other help he got from the other Travs starters. And that first pitch to the next hitter, Andy Green, misses downstairs for ball 1. Just a fine story that was, and if you heard us talking about it in the first 3 innings, Bobby Jenks, during batting practice that was canceled, helped out some young men in high school as Green reaches out and pokes one in the left field, but Jake Weber there in plenty of time. Jake puts out the line drive, and there's one away for Victor Hall now. But Brandon Shomar was the young man's name, a pitcher that's still in high school. And along with Eric Sear, Bobby Jenks, and some of the other Trav starter pitchers, Rich Fisher also, helped the young man out, giving him some tips, and it's just wonderful to hear. It's baseball people passing on the knowledge. It's just tremendous. 1 man out and 1 man on for Victor Hall. The first pitch to him from Bobby is right in there. Strike 1 called. Hall, nothing for 1 tonight. He did walk in the 3rd inning and stole a base, but was left stranded, unable to advance. Nothing in 1 to Hall. He swings and foul tips one off the glove of the catcher, Jeff Mathis, and is in the hole now. Nothing in 2. Hall, as we've described all this series, is a slap hitter. He's a guy that's not very tall, and he crouches down, makes even a shorter appearance at the plate, and chokes way high up on the bat. He hits from the left side. He reaches out and grounds one to second base. Could be 2. Out at short, and a relay throw as it was weakly hit. Smith goes to spec for the fielder's choice. 4-6, and that erases Santos from the base path. And now they're 2 men away, and Victor Hall reaches base. If you're just joining us, the Travs lead this ball game 3-0. All 3 runs coming in the 2nd and 3rd inning. And Trav starter Bobby Jenks has only allowed a couple of base hits through 4 2/3. First pitch to Brian Barton, the next hitter, misses away for ball 1. Barton himself is nothing for 2 tonight. A ground out and strikeout. Bobby from the set position checks the runner Hall. He bluffs a steal and comes to the plate. This one's fouled away above me here in the gym box. And the count is 1 ball and 1 strike. Tomorrow night, the Travelers begin a 4-game set with the Midland Rockhounds here at Ray Winder Field. Mike Brunet will take on right-hander Darvin Withers in that game. 6:40 for the ITT Technical Institute pregame show here on the river. 7:10 first pitch. There goes Hall. Pitch out called. Mathis' throw is high, and Hall will steal his second base of the ninth. Well, the Travelers' managerial staff guesses right. Hall takes off on the pitch out, but Jeff Mathis, for the first time in this series, doesn't make a good throw to second base. It was very high and allows Hall to slide in underneath, and he's now in scoring position for Brian Barton. Count is 2-1 on Barton. The pitch. This one's lifted in the air. Foul territory. It'll reach the seats. Actually, it reaches the roof, first base side. And the count advances to 2 balls and 2 strikes. Tomorrow night's promotion is a Arkansas football given away by the folks at Stamp Out Smoking here at the ballpark. First 1,000 people through the gates at Ray Winder Field receive this special football. Compliment Folks, stamp out smoke. Again, the first pitch at 7:10, and the radio broadcast begins at 6:50. 2-2, and he lines one first base side foul out of play, and Brian Barton stays alive. It's been quite a while since we've seen Mike Brunet pitch at home. Back on July 24th was the last time we saw him pitch. He went 7 innings and had a masterful performance. Just gave up 5 hits and 1 earned run against Frisco. There goes Hall stealing third. Doesn't matter. Swing and a miss on Barton. He'll strike out for the second time tonight. That's 8 strikeouts for Bobby Jenks in this ball game. And we're halfway through this one. 3-0. Travelers lead on FM 101.1 The River.
The Fish House is known all across Arkansas for its great catfish. But did you know that the Fish House can cater any event anywhere in the state? Catfish, chicken, hush puppy, shrimp fries, coleslaw, baked beans, all of them cooked on site. The Fish House even provides plates, utensils, and napkins for up to 3,000 people. All you have to do is eat, because the Fish House takes care of everything else. Come see us for a great meal in Conway at 116 South Harkrider, or call toll-free 877-661-3774 for the Fish House.
Imagine what it feels like to be a hero every day. You can make a difference in the Coast Guard. Jobs that matter.
Join the Coast Guard or Coast Guard Reserve. Save lives, stop drugs, protect the environment. Call toll-free 1-877-NOW-USCG.
Coast Guard. Jobs that matter.
Call toll-free 1-877-NOW-USCG. The Coast Guard. Jobs that matter.
The best part of a convenience store is convenience. Double B's Exxon wants to make your trip to our stores as convenient as possible. That's why we featured Speed Pass at our Exxon locations. Speed Pass is the easiest, most efficient method of payment at the pump, available exclusively at Exxon. Of course, Double B's Exxon features all sorts of ice-cold beverages and snacks. Double B's Exxon, locations at Greater Little Rock, are the places to pick up your Tuesday and Wednesday Travs Family Night discount tickets. And be sure to listen to the Double B's Double Play all season long. Double B's Exxon. Gas it, grab it, and go.
So I was in a crowded elevator, inches away from this blue-eyed guy. All I could think was, is my breath bad? Teeth not so white? I started holding my breath. Then I realized I use Crest Whitening Plus Scope. It's got Crest Whitening power for a white smile, and it's got Scope in new cool peppermint for icy fresh breath. So after 20 floors, I realized I can also exhale. Crest Whitening Plus Scope.
We're halfway through this ball game at Ray Winder Field between the Arkansas Travelers and the El Paso Diablos. 3-0 to score with the Travelers ahead. Greg Aquino returns to the mound for the Diablos to face right-handed hitting Casey Smith, and he sharply hits the first one to third base. Fine play by Brian Barton, who is playing in on the grass, and Casey's retired on one pitch. Let's reset the game for you. At the halfway mark, the Travs have 3 runs with 5 hits, 1 error, and they've left 2 men to this point. For the visiting Diablos, they've been held scoreless, 2 hits, no errors, and they have already left 6 men on base. And there's 1 away now for Travs switch hitting center fielder Kenny James, who doubled and scored in the third and then rolled out in the first. As he stands in, looks at the first pitch from Aquino, strike 1 call. Aquino gets his sign and go to the windup. And Kenny swings and misses. Looked like a pitch he was fooled on, just barely makes contact and is down in the count. No balls and 2 strikes. Travs scored their 3 runs in the second and third inning, a couple in the second and 1 in the third. And since then, Aquino has been very efficient against these Trav hitters. He tries to get Kenny to climb the ladder on 0-2, but Kenny lays off. And the count is 1 ball and 2 strikes. Aquino gets his sign from the windup. A pitch hit off the hands and out of play, left side. And the count remains 2 balls and 2 strikes. Aquino is working on a 7 in a row retired performance right here, trying to retire James to make it number 8. Next pitch is inside, and Kinney has to spin away and is actually hit on the back of the leg, so it'll be a hit batsman. And that ruins that 7 in a row streak for Aquino. Kinney is now aboard for Jake Weber. Jake doubled Kinney home back in the 3rd inning, and it was Jake's first hit of this series since game 1, where Jake went 3 for 5 with a homer, a double, 3 RBI, and 2 runs scored. He had a tremendous game back on Monday night, but hasn't done much since until tonight. He swings at the first pitch, lines it into right field. It'll drop in front of Kroger. James has to hold up at second base because he wasn't sure if the ball was going to be caught or not. It goes as a long single for Weber, and James advances for Jeff Mathis. Jeff has been bothered by a sore thumb on his throwing hand. He actually had a foul ball ricochet and hit him the other night, and his thumb is swelled up in a nice shade of purple. So he's had trouble gripping the ball and gripping the bat here in the last couple of games, although you couldn't tell it by some of his performances. As he looks at the first pitch from Aquino downstairs for ball 1. He had an RBI single last night and is nothing for 2 tonight. But he comes in at a chance to add to the Traveler lead. Good speed on the base paths, and James and Weber, they get their leads. Aquino downstairs delivers. And now Mathis ahead in the count. 2 balls and no strikes. 1 man away here in the 5th inning. Travelers already up 3-0. Mathis, the right-handed batter, in the box, awaits Aquino's pitch. Here it is. Oh, a good-looking curveball that Mathis wasn't expecting, and he takes it for strike 2. 2 balls and 2 strikes. All-important batter here in this 5th inning. Aquino checks the runners, lifts the leg to the plate, hit on the ground toward the hole. It's short. He gets through for a base hit. James rounds third. He will head to the plate and score without a throw. RBI single for Jeff Mathis, and the Travs add to the lead. It's now 4-0 Arkansas. Weber on the play, advances to second base. But that ball was not hit particularly hard by Mathis, but right at a spot where Santos could not get to it because he was shaded towards second base playing for the double play. He was in regular position. That's probably an out. But the Travs take it, and they get another run on the board. Now powerful hitting Dallas McPherson. He smokes one into right field, a base hit. Rounding third is Weber, and he'll be holed up right there as Tyrone Boyka gives him the stop sign after the single by Mathis. And the Travs are in business here, bases loaded and only 1 out here in the 5th inning. Quick word from Brian Loeb, the El Paso Diablo catcher. He goes out to say a few quick words to Aquino before having to face Mike O'Keefe. You'll remember one time here at Ray Winder Field, Not that long ago, Mike O'Keefe had a grand slam home run. It came in the first inning back on August the 2nd in Game 2 of the doubleheader against Frisco. It was in the first inning. So Mike has hit the big shot before. Let's see what happens here. First pitch from Aquino. He gets out in front of and fouls it away, first base side. The inning started with a ground out to Casey Smith, then a hit batsman, and 3 consecutive singles have led to a run here for the Travelers in the 5th inning. And they have the bases loaded and still just one man out. The infield will play for 2. They're back in the middle and up at the corners. 0-1 to O'Keefe. The pitch. Curveball, good one, right in there, strike call. Fans don't like it, but it was a good pitch. And O'Keefe, looking perhaps fastball in that last sequence, was fooled. El Paso has a little action stirring in the left field bullpen. We'll let you know about that in just a few moments. O'Keefe in the hole, 0-2. Just needs to put the ball in play right here. The pitch taken high. 1 ball and 2 strikes. Certainly Mike would like the chance to maybe hit the ball into the gap somewhere, drive home a couple of runs, but really, at a minimum, just hit it fairly deep to the outfield. Get another run home. Don't need to overswing in this situation. Bases full of Travs. They lead 4-0. O'Keefe with a 1-2 pitch here in the 5th inning. Looks at the next one downstairs, and the count is even. 2 balls and 2 strikes. Ryan Holston is the right-hander that's getting loose in the El Paso bullpen. He would come in if Aquino continues to struggle here against the Travelers in the 5th. 2-2 to O'Keefe. He thinks about swinging, then holds up as the pitch sails away. And now, here comes a big pitch from Aquino. 3 balls, 2 strikes. 1 run already in for the Travelers, and the bases are loaded. Aquino has to bring it across the plate here because there's no room to put O'Keefe. He'll back off the rubber and go through the sequence of signs with his catcher Loeb again. Here's the pressure-packed pitch. From the stretch, Aquino deals, misses away, ball 4. He walks a run in. That's the first walk issued tonight by right-hander Greg Aquino, and it comes at a terrible time. O'Keefe gets credit, I should say, for the RBI. That's number 65 on the year for Mike, and the bases are still loaded for Junior Zamora. Junior is 1 for 2 tonight with a single and a run scored. First pitch to him, swing and a miss, strike 1. Junior has a chance to blow this game wide open. It's now 5-0 in favor of the Travelers. And Aquino's still not out of the woods yet. He needs a ground ball on the infield in the worst way. 1 strike pitch. Zamora lines it into right center field. Everybody chasing. It gets down to the wall. 1 run will score. Another heading around third. Here comes the throw. It will be cut off. McPherson scores. It's an RBI double for Junior Zamora, and the Travs now lead this game by a score of 7-0. On the play, O'Keefe takes third base. And now the floodgates have been officially opened by the double by Zamora. Nick Gorno to stand in. Right-handed hitting right fielder will work against the drawn-in infield. Aquino to the plate. Pitch right in there, strike one called. Aquino trying to check his swing, but it didn't matter. Pitch was right there, so he's in the hole, 0-1. O'Keefe is at third, Zamora at second. 4 runs already in the inning for the Travelers. The one strike pitch is swung and missed. A good-looking slider from Aquino. It started low and then dove out of the zone. And Gorno could come up with it. So Nick, down 2 strikes, has to protect the plate here. Again, the infield in at all 4 positions. Aquino lifts the leg to the plate, swing and miss. Boy, Nick looked terrible on that at bat. Strikes out. It's the fourth Traveler to strike out against Aquino tonight, but Gorno looked as if he was going to swing at everything Aquino delivered at that at bat, and he certainly did. Unable to hold up on a couple of pitches that he had no business swinging at. He becomes the second out of the inning. And the 9th man to hit here in the Traveler 5th is Brian Speck. Still a couple of RBIs out there ready to be had as Brian lifts a soft liner to shallow center field. Drifting out is Sergio Santos, and he puts the squeeze on it. Nice play by Santos. He was playing up on the infield grass and still was able to sprint out and make the catch on the Speck fly ball. But the Traps send 9 batters to the plate and score 4 on 4 hits. At the end of 5 innings, it's now Arkansas 7 and the El Paso Diablos nothing here on FM 101.1 The River.
Hollywood Sports and Memorabilia specializes in autographed collectibles from the worlds of baseball, football, basketball, movies, and music. Memorabilia signed by the likes of Joe Montana, Mickey Mantle, Ted Williams, John Wayne, Marilyn Monroe, Elvis, Britney Spears, and the Beatles. And remember, everything sold at Hollywood Sports and Memorabilia is 100% authentic or guaranteed. It's all at Hollywood Sports and Memorabilia at the intersection of Rainwood Drive and Green Mountain. Give them a call at 219-0003 for Hollywood Sports and Memorabilia.
Sundays are sin tonight and repent tomorrow at Banana Joe's Island Party, Little Rock's newest nightclub located downtown in the River Market. Sunday Sin Night features $2 domestic beer, contest featuring color TV giveaways, and a free buffet from 9 until 11 p.m. when you sign up for a Sin card. Plus other specials on Monday, Tuesday, and Wednesday nights. Banana Joe's any night of the week at 300 President Clinton Avenue in the River Market.
Hello? I've got good news. What? My Aristotle internet bill is only $5.50 this month. Last month it was only $7.
And that's your good news?
Uh-huh. With Aristotle, you only pay for the time you spend online at the rate of 50 cents an hour. How much time do you spend on the internet?
Well,
I bet you'd save money with Aristotle, too.
I probably would.
Okay, bye. Oh, yeah, also, I'm getting married.
Good news should be shared with good friends. Sign up for Aristotle Internet at www.aristotle.net.
Travelers have broken this game open as we head to the 6th inning. 7-0. Travs over the Diablos after a 4-run 5th inning. Travs sent 9 batters to the plate, and 4 of them scored. Now Bobby Jenks has no pressure whatsoever as he returns for his 6th inning of work. He delivers the first pitch to Ozzie Timmons. A little bit inside, ball 1. We saw Timmons make a fine play on a ball hit by Travs right fielder Nick Gorno back in the 4th inning. The 1-ball pitch hit on the ground sharply to second. Nice fielding play by Casey Smith. He fires to first to retire Timmons, who's 0 for 3 tonight. Now Josh Kroger to hit. Kroger, a left-handed hitter, is 1 for 2 tonight. He's one of only 2 Diablos to get a base hit, and his was a solid one in the second inning that dropped down in front of Nick Gourneau, who tried his best to field the ball, but just couldn't make a diving catch. Jenks' first delivery to him just barely misses inside. Ball 1. The other base hit for the El Paso Diablos came from Sergio Santos last inning. The 1-ball pitch in the dirt, 2 balls and no strikes. Santos just was able to make contact with the ball and basically provided a swinging bunt down the third baseline that Dallas McPherson, despite his best efforts, could not get to. 2-0, and Bobby misses with 3 straight here to begin the at-bat to Kroger. Jenks has allowed 6 base runners tonight, and on only 2 hits, make it 7 base runners as he misses with 4 straight pitches to Josh Kroger. And Kroger takes his base down at first with the 4th walk issued of the night by Jenks. And that's something that normally worries a lot of pitching coaches, but you got somebody like Jenks who's able to work around it. Doesn't cause for quite so many headaches. First pitch to the next batter, Corey Myers. Swing and a miss, strike 1. Myers, a right-handed hitter, walked and reached on an error in the 2nd and 4th innings, respectively, and is the only Diablo to be on base every time up. 0-1. Reaches out and lifts this one off the end of the bat to right field. Plenty of room for Gourneau. He'll make the catch, and they're 2 away here in the 6th inning. On the river.
Sports is fun, but it's just a game. Your life, on the other hand, needs a little more serious game plan. Like preparation for a career in today's growing technical fields. That's why ITT Technical Institute offers associate's degree programs in areas like electronics, computer drafting and design, and information technology. The skills and knowledge taught are in technical areas that can have practical value in the workplace. For more information on ITT Tech, call 565-5550 today. Or find us on the web at itt-tech.edu.
When Mac told me about BC Powder, I had no idea it would start a 20-year friendship.
Yeah, I remember Tim laying on the locker room floor.
It was my first televised wrestling match. You were the referee. A lot of help you were. I got tossed in the 3rd row of seats.
Yeah, now that's a BC moment.
My back was sore, neck was sore, shoulder was hurt, and you said, "Here, kid, here's a BC."
Yeah, BC works quick. It'll get you back on your feet to do it all over again.
BC is the best-kept secret in wrestling.
Not anymore.
BC Powder. Share the relief. Use as directed.
It's toaster time anytime this month at Sonic, because Sonic offers their full menu all day. Choose from our chicken club toaster sandwich, our bacon cheddar burger toaster, or our 3 breakfast toaster sandwiches, made with egg, cheese, and your choice of sausage, bacon, or ham. All on thick, delicious Texas toast and made after you order it. So now when you drive into Sonic, you can get a toaster sandwich for breakfast, lunch, or dinner. Whatever you want, whenever you want. Only at Sonic.
your home for Travelers baseball. FM 101.1 The River, KDRE, North Little Rock, Little Rock.
Welcome back to Ray Winder Field just after the 9 o'clock hour. A happy night for the Travelers and their fans here at the ballpark. 7-0 they lead over the El Paso Diablos. The only thing worrying me is there's a member of the Travelers staff walking around the infield with a broom in his hand. And now looks like one of the Travs assistant general managers, Pete Lavin, is down there going to take care of that. It's one thing to sweep a team, and you do that, and that's fine, but you don't need to rub it in people's faces. That's just not good sportsmanship. That's not very professional, and I'm glad to see Pete doing something about it. I'm sure the man has good intentions and everything, but just no need to be parading a broom around the infield area while the Diablos are taking their infield practice here prior to this 7th inning. Bottom of the 6th. Trav's got 2 runs in the 2nd, a run in the 3rd, and then 4 more in the 5th to blow this game open. And Casey Smith, who led things off last inning, has another turn at bat against starter Greg Aquino. I beg your pardon, we've got a new pitcher in the ball game. That's Ryan Holston, who had been warming up in the bullpen. He snuck in on me, and Holston's first pitch downstairs, 0-1. Holston ready to deal the 1-ball pitch, and Casey lifts it high in the air, left field, not very deep. Over toward the line is Timmons, and Timmons makes the squeeze in foul territory to retire Casey to begin things here in the 6th inning. Let you get to know a little bit about Ryan Holston. Holston making his 36th appearance. He has a record of 2-8, a 7.22 ERA. He's given up 88 runs, 48 walks, 40 strikeouts in just 96 innings as he now faces Kenny James. First pitch called, strike 1 to KJ. Texas League batters are batting .331 against the big right-hander. He comes on in relief of Aquino as James grounds one right back to the mound. Fine play by Holston, and he'll flip to first base to record the 2nd out of the inning. Holston, 6 feet 4, 215 pounds, out of Wilmington, Delaware. And he's looked very good through these first 2 batters that he's faced in the Traveler order. He'll try to end the inning against Jake Weber. Jake has broken out of a 2-game funk. A couple of base hits tonight, an RBI, and a run scored. He stands in with 2 men away in the 6th inning. First pitch from Holston sails away for ball 1. The numbers on Aquino will give you complete numbers here in just a moment. The next pitch to Jake is a little chopper to third base, booted by Barton. It'll be an error on the third baseman. Would have been a semi-tough play, but one that certainly could have been made. That's the first error of the night against the Diablos. Travs made one earlier, so the 2nd error in the game. And that'll bring in Jeff Mathis. We'll give you the final numbers on Aquino here in just a moment. First pitch to Mathis downstairs in the dirt. Good stop by catcher Brian Loeb. And the count is 1 ball and no strikes. Aquino, the Diablo starter, went 5 innings. He gave up 10 hits, 7 runs, all earned. He walked home a run, the only time he issued out a pass, and that was to Mike O'Keefe with the bases loaded. Struck out 4 and is in line for the loss tonight. 1-0 is high to Mathis, 2 balls and no strikes. So Holston in relief here of Aquino. Bottom of the 6th inning. Travelers lead 7-0. High ball 3. So now Holston having trouble finding the strike zone. Here after getting the first 2 outs, and should have been able to retire Weber. He made a good pitch, got Jake to ground to third base, but Barton could not handle it. Jake's aboard with the error. 3-0, high and inside, nearly hitting. That's ball 4. Second walk of the night issued by the Diablo pitching. The first for Holston, and that'll bring in Dallas McPherson with 2 men on and 2 men out. Travelers, as I mentioned earlier, will begin a 4-game set tomorrow night with the Midland Rockhounds. We'll play at 7:10 tomorrow night. 6:30 for a doubleheader on Saturday, and then the regular season finale at 3 o'clock Sunday afternoon. Your ticket and programs and schedules will say 2, but it will be 3 o'clock. McPherson grounds the first pitch he sees right back to the mound, and he'll be recorded out easily to end the 6th inning. An error and a walk, and 2 left on. Nothing else across for the Travelers. As we head into the 7th inning, Phil Wilson returns to the broadcast. 7-0 Arkansas over El Paso here on FM 101.1 The River.
Meet Bob, the carpenter. He's smart, he's a pro, and he wants the best for his family. What does he do? Join the union. Bob knows that a union carpenter maximizes his earning power, gets family insurance, and a pension plan he can count on. Plus, a union carpenter has access to union training, learning new skills, and advancing his career. Carpenters, pile drivers, floor layers, and millwrights. Join now and start enjoying the benefits. Call the Arkansas Regional Council of Carpenters at 501-568-2500 for more information.
Hey, what's up? This is Lala, and welcome to Coke FM, bringing you the hottest new sound.
The real can be bought and sold, taught and told. The boy tried to keep it, but he lost his soul. On the road to the riches, he lost control. About the eye of a needle, I was often told. If you step enough to the far for gold, in your actions, all is told.
This is Lala at Coke FM, keeping it real with the full taste of Coca-Cola.
You got an appetite, a taste that you can savor. Something different tonight. Irresistible flavor. Our chicken on the barbie, fish of the day. The Outback Grillers will blow you away. Outback Steakhouse, it's just right. Outback Steakhouse.
No rules, just right.
Denny's Wisdom number 31. Is it really breakfast if you have to unwrap it? At Denny's, we serve breakfast you eat with a fork, like one of Denny's 3 new complete breakfasts. The hearty smoked sausage breakfast, the tasty meat lovers breakfast, and the country fried steak and biscuits breakfast. Your choice, just $4.99. All with 2 eggs and pancakes smothered in warm, delicious syrup. Denny's, a good place to sit and eat.
And Denny's is always open, so don't eat in the car. Come on in and enjoy a real meal.
For a limited time only, price participation may vary.
Top of the 7th inning, about to start at Ray Winder Field. Phil Elson back on the airwaves alongside Steve Marston. 7-0 Travelers. Been in control since the 2nd inning when the Travs broke the scoreless tie. Matt Seriani leads off, and Matt Wilhite has taken over for Bobby Jenks. First pitch fouled away for a strike. 0-1 against the Diablos' designated hitter. Wilhite enters his 2nd game since the unexpected promotion from the Pioneer League. First-year right-handed pitcher, went undrafted, and a changeup. Seriani swings and misses, 0-2. Travs got their first look of Wilhite in Monday's 14-4 game. That's the kind of game that Tyrone Boykin was waiting for, to stick Wilhite in and see how he would react to skipping over 2 levels of the minors. Pitched very well, 4 shutout innings for a save. Outside of Seriani, a bit low as well. 1 ball, 2 strikes. On deck for the Diablos, Sergio Santos and then Andy Green. Set position, Will Height comes from down under. The 1-2 slider and a swing and a miss, strike 3. Got a strikeout on that very slow slider. Will Height throws so darn slow that it's very difficult for these batters to stay on those pitches. His fastball tops out about 85, 84 miles an hour. Good slider, got a little curveball, a changeup as well, and a drop pitch, which is more of a sinker than anything else. And has good tailing action to it. Will move inside to right-handed hitters. Right-handed batting Santos takes a sinker low for a ball, 1-0. Bobby Jenks in line for what would be his 7th win, and he's pitched the Travs to a chance for 7 consecutive victories. It would tie their longest winning streak of the year. Off-speed pitch, bloop to shallow right. Gorneau charging in, got a good break, and he makes the running catch for out number 2. Back to the top of the order, and Andy Green. I'll tell you what, Steve, when you have someone like Bobby Jenks, who I know touched 100 miles an hour at least once today and was throwing some serious gas, you cross the next pitcher, comes in, and tops out at 84, that's even slower than Jenks' changeup. These Diablo batters are going to have some problems trying to adjust to this new speed.
They certainly are, and you're right. Will Height does not break any speed records getting it to the plate, but he's very effective coming down with that submarine style. He worked well his last time out.
Andy Green takes outside for a ball, 1-0. And what Will Height showed in that last game is that maybe the Travs can count on him for a few outs here and there. Even just a first-year pro at 22 years old, he may end up being very valuable. Grounder ball, right side. Smith makes the play at second, and the throw to first in time. A perfect 7th inning for Matt Wilhite continues this possible shutout as we go to the bottom of the 7th inning with the Travelers leading 7-0 on FM 101.1 The River.
The Electric Cowboy is open Wednesday through Sunday at 7:30. Wednesday, Ladies Night. All ladies entering before 10 receive a $5 cash gift, plus dance lessons and a 9-ball pool tourney. Thursday features crazy cash games, dance lessons, and specials on pitchers and long necks. Friday night has special long necks until midnight, and Saturday's early bird long neck special lasts until 9:30. Then we wrap it up Sunday with an 8-ball pool tourney and $50 cash to the best karaoke singer. The Electric Cowboy off I-30 at the Chico Road exit.
Tractor trailer accident, Gary Eubanks and Associates. Tractor trailer injury, Gary Eubanks and Associates. Tractor trailer investigation, Gary Eubanks and Associates. Tractor trailer settlement, Gary Eubanks and Associates. Tractor trailer litigation experience, Gary Eubanks and Associates. At Gary Eubanks and Associates, an experienced trial lawyer will handle your tractor trailer case. And as always, we'll win your case, or you don't owe us a dime.
Listen, the crack of the bat, the distant whine of a lawnmower, the sounds of summer. A season when you try to spend as much time outside and out of the kitchen as possible. And when Del Monte can-do recipes come in handy. Del Monte steps up to the plate with simple, nutritious mealtime solutions using 3 steps or less that you can prepare in 20 minutes or less, and they're free. Sound good? Simple mealtime solutions that will have you saying, hey, I can do that.
Look for Del Monte vegetables at your local Harvest Foods. Harvest Foods, an Arkansas company serving Arkansans.
Back at Ray Winder Field, we are in the bottom of the 7th inning as the fans have been stretched. They have sung, and it's time for the bottom of the 7th inning. Travs will look to extend this 7-0 lead against El Paso. Ryan Holston back on the hill for the Diablos. He replaced the starter Greg Aquino after 5 innings. Aquino in line for the loss. One of his rougher starts of the season. 7 runs, all earned in 5 innings. Travs bashed him for 4 runs in the 5th. And that really put the finishing touches on Aquino. Travelers send Mike O'Keefe to lead off the 7th inning, and he'll take a first pitch strike to count 0-1. The 0-1, Mike tried to check a swing. Did he do so? Third base umpire gets an appeal, and Miller says he did not go. So they count 1-1 on O'Keefe, who drew a bases-loaded walk in the 5th inning. He's 1 for 2, has a single and a run scored. Also was called out on strikes earlier. Holston, right-handed pitcher, delivers a strike on the inside corner. 1-2 on O'Keefe. And we've received word. I remember during the pregame show I told you that we're going to have a lot of trouble getting scores today with the internet bug that's been plaguing the southeast. And really, the internet is extremely slow and intermittent. O'Keefe taking low on the changeup. 2 balls, 2 strikes for the Traveler first baseman. Zamora and Gourneau on deck. But we're trying to get you some scores around the Texas League, and I want to thank our official scorer, Tim Cooper, for making some calls and giving us some news from the Texas League. See if the Travs are going to gain any ground if they hold on to a 7-0 lead. O'Keefe, a bouncer up the middle, single to center. Base hit number 2 for O'Keefe, third time he reaches. And the 11th hit of the game for the Travelers tonight. Zamora comes up next. Well, we couldn't get a score out of Frisco, as the press box number we were given goes directly into their main line, which means that you're never going to find a score if it's not on the internet. But we got scores out of San Antonio and Round Rock, where the direct press box number is a direct press box number. I'll give you those scores in a second. Junior Zamora will take a strike, 0-1. Wichita leads San Antonio 1-0 in the 8th inning. Hard-pressed to believe that the Missions would get shut out. A team that has scored more runs than any other team in the Texas League. Strike down the middle to Zamora, 0-2. Junior, 2 hits and 3 at-bats, a double and a run scored. Zamora knocked a 2-run double in the 5th inning to finish off Aquino. The game in Round Rock, it's the Express leading Tulsa 5-1 in the 7th. So that's good news. Pitch in the dirt, blocked by Loeb, and the runner stays. Still 1-2, the count on Zamora. Steve, you know, a couple days ago, you made the mention that it's fun to scoreboard watch during a pennant race. Well, how excruciating is it when we can't even really scoreboard watch due to the power outage back east and a virus bug on the internet that's plaguing the southeast? Zamora, grounder up the middle. Shortstop Santos will start a 6-4-3 double play. Very nicely turned. He picked the ball just to the left at second base, behind the back by 2 or 3 feet. Green made a barehand play on the flip to second, and the throw to first was right on the money. That goes 6-4-3, first double play of the night for either team. And there's 2 outs in the 7th. Here's Nick Gourneau.
You're right about the internet being down and the power problems in the east. Makes it like the old days, have to get up in the morning, go find the paper and scramble and find how the scores were.
Back in the days of the newspaper, huh? Ground ball foul by Gourneau. Strike 1. Nick 1 for 3 with a 2-run double in the 2nd. That put the Travs ahead 2-0. What was it like back in the day before the internet? I can barely even remember it. I guess I remember the internet starting to come around about 1994 or so, logging on to AOL for the first time. So let's see, I was 17 years old, 9 years ago. I can barely remember a world without the internet. How did we survive? The 0-1 to Gourneau, swing and a miss on a breaking pitch. He's chasing some bad pitches. His last 2 at-bats. Aquino struck him out on 3 pitches in the 5th. Last one was a low changeup.
Well, actually, last night, Todd Traub and I were talking about almost the same kind of subject, where when you guys are on the road, and I don't always get a chance to listen to your radio broadcast through the end.
Well, 1 outside to Gourneau.
I have to get up in the morning, either go to the computer or go find a Democrat and find out exactly how the Travs did, look at the box score, see who had a good night, who didn't, and see how well the Travs have been playing.
1-2 count. Gourneau takes a high, tight fastball from Holston. 7-0 Traveler lead, bottom 7. Well, let's say back in the day, 20, 30 years ago, you were a fan of the San Francisco Giants living in South Carolina, and the game ended before the deadline, or after the deadline at the newspaper. How are you going to find out what your team did? Gourneau takes inside and low, the count runs full.
You would have to work on a day-behind basis, because you'd get the box score in the morning and have a little comma out there, in, for night, you know.
3-2 pitch. That's high and inside. Gourneau was behind 0-2 and works a walk. Down to first he goes with 2 outs. Brian Specht will get a chance to hit. Back in the days before the internet, we used our imagination and guessed what the final score was. Never mind the facts. Just a good, educated guess, which never does you anything when you're trying to prognosticate a score in Major League Baseball or the Texas League. So we'll continue to work for those scores, folks. We'll give you a couple others. Can't get those Major League scores. That's too bad. Expect a foul ball out of play, strike 1. You know, there was a broadcast in the minor leagues recently put on by Jim Tocco, who's a broadcaster for the Lansing Lugnuts. That's the Cubs single-A team in the Midwest League. Jim is he's a guy that really enjoys old broadcasts. He's a little bit younger than me and has a real love for the history of the game and the history of broadcasting as a strike to Specht. Well, he paid homage to the anniversary of the first ever baseball broadcast, which took place on August the 5th. And it was back in 1921 at Pittsburgh's Forbes Field. The Phillies and the Pirates. It was KDKA. Harold Arlen broadcast the first game on 10:20 a.m. Specht a line drive towards left. That slices foul, keeping it 0-2. Well, in order to pay homage to that anniversary, Tocco broadcast a real recreation game.
Is that right?
He was sitting in a studio. Now, the odd thing about this is that he recreated a home game that was taking place at Lansing's Oldsmobile Park, but he was sitting in the radio studio with 2 slabs of wood for the crack of the bat, a catcher's mitt that he would punch to simulate the pitch hitting the catcher's mitt, and he would get ticker tapes, exactly the way that old recreation broadcasts went, with virtually no real sound effects as a ball fouled off the left side. No updated scores, because you didn't get updated scores back in the 20s.
Well, really, that phenomenon lasted really to the early 80s. There was people recreating broadcasts. I know I heard Pete Van Wieren on the Braves broadcast say that he recreated games in the minor leagues all the way up till the time he got to the Braves in the early 80s.
0-2 to Specht. He swings and misses. Changeup. Strike 3. Side retired. Holston has pitched a couple of scoreless innings. He gets a base hit on him, but leaves a traveler at first. Well, we're going to get into the 8th inning at Ray Winter Field. The Travs in control. 7-0 your score. We'll be back after this with more on Arkansas Traveler Baseball on FM 101.1 The River.
Hit a home run with your family tonight. Whether you're planning a meal before the game or snacks for the game, remember to include milk, cheese, and yogurt in the game plan. 3 servings a day of dairy is the right amount to help keep your body healthy. It's easy. Just look for the 3-a-day logo on your favorite calcium-rich dairy foods at your local retailer. For more information, including recipes and coupons, visit www.3aday.org. Have you had your 3 a day today? The power of cheese.
It's toaster time anytime this month at Sonic, because Sonic offers their full menu all day. Choose from our chicken club toaster sandwich, our bacon cheddar burger toaster, or our 3 breakfast toaster sandwiches, made with egg, cheese, and your choice of sausage, bacon, or ham, all on thick, delicious Texas toast and made after you order it. So now when you drive into Sonic, you can get a toaster sandwich for breakfast, lunch, or dinner. Whatever you want, whenever you want. Only at Sonic.
The Business Trip by Super 8 Motels.
Somewhere between the last meeting and home, between 4 drive-thrus and the blob of ketchup on your favorite tie, between 60 dead bugs on your windshield, an empty window squirter, and a wiper blade gone awry. Somewhere between where you are and where you're going, there's a Super 8. See you along the way.
Call 1-800-800-8000 or visit super8.com. All Super 8 Motels are individually owned and operated.
Welcome back to Ray Winder, top of the 8th inning, and the Travs, they've been in control of this game ever since the 2nd inning. Much of that to do with about the pitching of Bobby Jenks, who tosses 6 shutout innings and now has a streak going. He hasn't allowed an earned run in his last 4 starts, counting tonight. And that covers 23 2/3 innings without an earned run allowed. He's going to get that ERA possibly close to 2 even. Will Height, in his 2nd inning of work, throws a breaking pitch to Victor Hall, called strike on the outside corner. Hall left-handed. Batted second in the order with Barton and Timmons to follow. Will Height underhands the pitch. Bounced right side of the mound. Second baseman Smith makes the play. Quick throw to first. Nice play for out number one. Hall runs very well and was just barely beaten. While we have the time, folks, I want to let you know about a new Traveler sponsor on the broadcast and a great store if you ever have the chance to go down there. Wild Oats. Great store. You can discover the world of natural and organic taste at Wild Oats Natural Marketplace. That's located at I-430 and North Rodney Parham. That's right behind Chili's restaurant. Ground ball up the middle, hit by Brian Barton. Shortstop Specht has it just to the left of second. The throw to first on the money. 2 outs. You can bring the entire family for the back-to-school store-wide sampling event that's this Saturday, August 16th, noon to 4 p.m. You can get a free Morgan Nick ID for your children. Do some back-to-school shopping. You can find out about the new eScript program. It's a convenient new way to fund a school or charitable organization of your choice, automatically every time that you shop at Wild Oats. It's fast and free, and that's at the Wild Oats, located at I-430 in North Rodney Parham. That's right behind the Chili's restaurant in Little Rock. Ozzie Timmons, the batter. He'll take outside on a slider. 1 ball, no strikes. I'll let you know about that event again. That's this Saturday, August 16th. Wild Oats back-to-school store-wide sampling event. Great food over there. Tremendous salad bar, if you're into the salad. Change-up, swing and a miss on Timmons, 1-1 the count. He's 0 for 3 tonight and 0 for his last 7 in the series after having an 8-game hit streak. 7-0 Travelers lead top 8. Will Height might be taking this game the distance now. And he's in control, too. The 1-1, change up inside, 2 balls and a strike.
And what a luxury it is for Will Height, as you mentioned, just a guy just now called up from single A, to be able to come into some games with no pressure on him. He's just able to go out there and throw against these double A hitters.
Will Height from the stretch, a fastball outside, 3-1.
He can gain some confidence so that when Tyrone Boykin has to call on him for a pressure-packed relief spot, he'll be ready. You don't usually get that a lot of times.
Now, for right now, this is the spot that Ty would like to use him. But if Matt continues to pitch the way he is, he might come in a tight ball game. 3-1, swinging a line drive deep to left center field. This is over the head of Jake Weber. It's going to roll to the fence. Around first to second going Timmons. Weber picks up the ball, throws to the infield. Timmons already at second base. With a double, the first extra base hit of the game for the El Paso Diablos, the team that entered into this series with the highest team batting average in the Texas League. Got their first extra base hit of the game right there.
And it's their first base hit period since the 5th.
This Traveler pitching staff is coming to the forefront. Showed a lot of their stuff really this entire series, all except for the game on Tuesday night in which they allowed 6 runs on 8 hits, but still did a pretty good job. The bullpen was tremendous. Dusty Bergman and Steve Andrade. Breaking ball to number 5 batter Josh Kroger, strike 1. Kroger 1 for 2 with a walk and a single. He's also struck out once. Travs leading 7-zip, top 8. 2 outs, Simmons at second base. And Will Height looking to get another scoreless inning under his belt. The 0-1. Change up. That's low and in. 1 ball, 1 strike. Will Height stares in for the sign, and Kroger steps back to the plate, stands tall in the box. Matt's pitch is fouled back. Big swing by Kroger. You just seem to sometimes see batters take a very vicious swing when you have a pitcher throwing what you would classify as slop. And some pitchers, actually, that throw slop, wear it on their sleeves like a badge.
That's true, and especially with a runner at second base, and you've been shut out to this point, you see something you think you can handle, you try to maybe swing a little extra hard to get that run home.
1-2 pitch inside, 2-2. Got to be frustrating for the Diablos. They haven't scored a run since the 4th inning yesterday. Going on 15 2/3 consecutive shutout innings. Just think they'd like to score at least 1. The game might be a little bit out of reach. 2-2 pitch, chopper right side. Smith will handle it at second base. Flip to first, side retired. 8 shutout innings tonight, and the Travelers continue to lead 7-0. Bottom 8 coming up at Ray Winder Field on the river.
Fans, if you haven't been to an Arkansas Travelers game lately, you don't know what you're missing. Shed Spread Country Crock invites you and your family to get out and see the Travs. You can bring the whole family for Country Crock Family Thursday. Travelers fans who bring an original cash register receipt showing purchase of any Shed Spread Country Crock product will receive up to 6 free admissions for any Thursday home game. Hurry! This offer ends August 14th. Offer subject to ticket availability. Country Crock. Bring it home.
Miller time. It's time to tuck the sun in and give it a goodnight kiss. Miller time. It's time to put the 9 to 5 back on the shelf. Miller time. It's time to wear the knife like a cape and break out the Miller Lite. It's time for real time. At a place called Miller Time.
Miller Lite, Miller Brewing Company, Milwaukee, Wisconsin. Live responsibly.
Back to school Saturday coming up at Ray Winder Field. We're going to be giving away backpacks to the first 750 paid kids at the Saturday night doubleheader. That's brought to you by Sonic Dr. Pepper and Comcast. A lucky fan also wins a pair of round-trip tickets anywhere Southwest Airlines flies for our final Southwest Airlines destination night. Between Saturday night's games, kids are invited to run the bases and receive a free gift from Gator Park as the Travs take on the Midland Rockhounds in a double dip starting at 6:30. The gates open at 5:30 at Ray Winder Field. You can buy your tickets dialing up 664-1555 in Little Rock, or you can buy the tickets online at www.travs.com. Bottom 8, 7-0 Travs leading. The totals all in the Travs' favor. Diablos no runs, 3 hits, no errors. The Travs 7-11-1 on the RAG. It's been a dominating night for the Travelers, both pitching and hitting. Casey Smith leads off the 8th, takes outside, ball 1. Phil Elson with you alongside Steve Marston. This would be the Travs' 4th win in a row on this homestand as Smith got a hold of a pitch. High fly ball to left field over the head of Ozzie Timmons. Extra bases for Casey. Digging for second, rounding to base, trying for 3. Cut off, won't get there in time. A leadoff triple for Casey Smith. Casey rounded the bases. He knew he was getting a triple as soon as the ball was hit. For Casey Smith, triple number 2 since joining the team back in May. And his first hit of the night, 1 for 4, and back to the top of the Travelers order, Kenny James. With that base hit, there's only one Traveler without a hit tonight. That would be Brian Specht, who's 0 for 4. Travs getting contributions from 1 through 9. Kenny James has contributed with a hit batsman, 2 runs scored, and he'll foul off the first pitch. Travs have won 6 consecutive home games dating back to the doubleheader sweep of Frisco, Saturday, August the 2nd. Travs had started off that series losing the first 2 games, and they've been tremendous at home and on the road. They've just been tremendous everywhere. Ground ball to short by James. This will score Smith, and the throw is offline. It pulls Myers away from the base. Kenny James safe on the error charge to Sergio Santos. Kenny will get credit for an RBI. And Smith scores his first run of the night, 8-0 Arkansas. Well, that just kind of adds insult to injury as the Diablos have, you just kind of tell they've sort of given up on this ball game. That's why the infield was playing back. They just want to get this game over with as soon as possible and get out to Frisco tomorrow morning. Jake Weber takes outside, ball 1. Now, if the Travs pick up a sweep here, Now, they had 2 easy games then, tonight and on Monday, but last night was a hard-fought affair. Could have gone either way. El Paso had their chances to win. Weber takes outside. 2 balls, no strikes to the Travelers' left fielder, Jake. Knocked in a run. He scored a run, has 3 base hits. Came into this ball game tonight 3 for 12 in the series and 3 for 4 tonight. The pitch, shallow fly ball, left center field. Late break by the outfielders. This ball's in for a tweener. 4 hits for Jake Weber. The bloop single is the 4th hit. Kenny James to second base, Weber to first. And Weber has another 4-hit night.
And assuming the Travs can hang on to this 8-0 lead in the 9th inning, it will be their largest margin of victory in a shutout all season long, because 8 runs topping it by far. The only other one that's close is 3-0, and they've done that a couple of times. It's a very dominating performance.
Most recently being 5 days ago in Tulsa. Jeff Mathis swings through a fastball and misses. Jeff 1 for 3 with an RBI single and a run scored in the 5th inning. We're in the bottom of the 8th. The Travs have added to the lead, tacked on a run for 8-zip. 13 base hits for the Travelers compared to 3 for El Paso. Holston's 0-1 is fouled into the net by Mathis, 0-2. Travs will really have an edge on El Paso when the team gets into Cohen Stadium coming up next week. Wednesday night they start the series at Cohen Stadium. First of that 12-day road trip to end the season, at least the regular season. Pitch in the dirt, blocked by the catcher Loeb. Now the questions have been asked time and time again now, so we got to let it out now. If Arkansas makes the playoffs, they will start on September the 2nd in Frisco in a best-of-5 East Division Championship Series. First 2 games at Dr. Pepper 7-Up Ballpark. The final 3 games would be in Little Rock. Again, that is providing the Travs are the first-place team. We still have 16 games to go. 1-2 pitch to Mathis inside at 2-2. 2 men on, nobody out. This game's already been busted open. It's in danger of getting ridiculous. Now, the championship series will begin in San Antonio. They haven't clinched the second half yet, but they're going to be the division champions. September 7th will be the first game of the championship series at Wolf Stadium. Ground ball back to the mound, played by the pitcher. Looks to the second and third bases, doesn't make the throw, and he'll get the easy out at first on Mathis. 1 gone, James to third base, Weber to second. Dallas McPherson comes up next.
It's really nice to see the Travelers finally playing so well at home, because coming into tonight they were 10 games over 500 on the road, and yet it seemed like they couldn't reproduce that here at Ray Winder Field. But finally, here in the last homestand, it's really started to catch fire for them, and it's good to see for the home fans.
They had been playing their best stretches of ball this season on the road. That 7-game win streak in April was all on the road, except for 1 game at home, the 7th win of that streak, as McPherson swings through a fastball. Pardon me. McPherson 1 for 4. He singled to right and scored in the 5th inning. First base open and the infield playing back. 8-0 Travelers in the 8th, and McPherson swings and misses at the curve. 0-2. It really seemed that home baseball was just not what this team was looking forward to. They liked playing on the road, felt comfortable on the road, and the results proved that. And now they come here to Ray Winder Field. They must be comfortable because they're playing lights-out baseball. Pop up by McPherson and back of shortstop. Santos backs into left field, calls off Timmons, and makes the catch for out number 2.
Because a lot of times what happens is the home fans, I know from following Texas League baseball most of my life, is you watch it, you see, wow, your team's doing so good, you can't wait to get out to the ballpark, and then all of a sudden, well, where's this great offense that we've been hearing about on the road, and why can't they reproduce it at home? So it's good that the Travs are able to give their home fans something to go home happy about.
Well, part of how you draw, I believe, is also how the team plays when fans come to see them. I think Tuesday night's Clunker Car Night might make a few more baseball fans out of the 5,200 that were in attendance. Mike O'Keefe will take a breaking pitch, strike one. Mike, a good day so far. 2 for 3, 2 singles, 2 RBIs. Actually, 1 RBI on the bases loaded walk in the 5th. And it looked to bring a couple more runs home. James at third, Weber at second. 2 outs, a changeup from Holston outside, 1-1. And on the other hand, you do want to win games at home because you're not always going to be a road team. I just don't think you can hang out playing so well on the road throughout an entire season. You've got to be able to put together some good games at home. Pitch in the dirt to O'Keefe, 2-1. But even the last couple of years, the Travelers haven't been a good home club. Even the championship team in 2001, they scuffled at Ray Winder. This is the best stretch of baseball the Travs have played at home, at least since the Angels started to get involved in 2001. O'Keefe, a foul ball out of play, still 2-2. Now, it would seem this ballpark, of course, plays to left-handed power hitters. And the Travs certainly have some of that now, with Speck hitting very well from the left side, O'Keefe, and certainly Dallas McPherson. So the Travs do have a team geared to hitting well at this park. We've also got some right-handed power to the gap in left center. Breaking pitch low to O'Keefe, running the count full, 3-2. I think one of the things that could really invigorate Little Rock baseball fans is another playoff run. That 2001 playoff run, though it did have a championship in it, it never seemed finished. Foul ball out of play as O'Keefe wastes a fastball from Holston.
And, of course, that had to do with the September 11th terrorist attacks, which, by the way, I'll give you a little plug. You wrote very eloquently about on your Elson's essays on Travs.com and on minorleaguebaseball.com. You need to read that article. Very nice work by my broadcast partner.
Thank you. But Little Rock baseball fans never got the feel of a championship, which does create new fans. O'Keefe will walk on a low changeup, ball 4. Bases loaded again. And bases loaded a couple times in the 5th inning, brought home 4 runs. Junior Zamora plated a couple of them with a double off the right center fence. Junior 2 for 4 tonight. Hit the ball very hard after going hitless in his first 10 at-bats of the series. 8-0 Travelers and a chance to really finish this one off. This game is practically over, but a couple more runs would do it well. But we won't get that run. Zamora bounces the ball slowly to the first baseman Myers, steps on the bag himself for the unassisted putout, and that keeps the Travs to just a 1-run 8th inning. 1 run, 2 hits, 1 error, and the bases left loaded. We'll go to the top of the 9th. 8-0 Travelers, looking for their 7th consecutive victory after this break on FM 101.1 The River.
It's toaster time anytime this month at Sonic, because Sonic offers their full menu all day. Choose from our chicken club toaster sandwich, our bacon cheddar burger toaster, or our 3 breakfast toaster sandwiches, made with egg, cheese, and your choice of sausage, bacon, or ham. All on thick, delicious Texas toast and made after you order it. So now when you drive into Sonic, you can get a toaster sandwich for breakfast, lunch, or dinner. Whatever you want, whenever you want. Only at Sonic.
Synonymous. Words alike in significance and meaning, like summer and baseball. Baseball and Ray Winder Field. Ray Winder Field and hot dogs. Hot dogs and Coca-Cola. Yes, Coke is joining the Travs All-Star lineup this summer right alongside the future Anaheim Angels wearing the Travelers uniform. Enjoy the best value in family entertainment in Central Arkansas. Ray Winder Field, the Arkansas Travelers, and Coke. 3 summer classics. Call 664-1555 or visit our website at Travs.com.
Good morning.
Good morning.
Welcome to this focus group. What a lovely bunch.
Are you sure they can't see you behind this window? There's a mirror on the other side, genius. Hey, chill out. What, are you nervous or something? No, everybody loves us. We're the phone company.
Now, tell me, which directory do you use? Yellow Book or the other book?
Yellow Book.
Yellow Book.
And you, miss?
Yellow Book. That's where I found my plastic surgeon.
They're picking the wrong book. What if Yellow Book starts to advertise?
More people choose Yellow Book, not the other book. Call 1-800-YB-YELLOW.
Top 9 at Ray Winder, and Matt Wilhite is back on the mound for his 3rd inning. He's protecting this 8-0 lead.
Corey Myers, the leadoff batter, takes a pitch outside, ball one. Phil Elson back with you. Steve Marston has made his way down to the stands. He's going to get out of the field for a post-game interview, we'll presume with Bobby Jenks. 1-0 on Myers. He's 0 for 2. He walked as well, and a pitch for a strike. 1-1. Without question tonight, even with all the offense, 8 runs and 13 hits, the star of the night is Bobby Jenks. 2 hits allowed in 6 extremely strong innings. The 1-1 is swung on and missed. 1 ball, 2 strikes. Jenks really electrified the crowd, just like a hard-throwing strikeout pitcher does. As he snapped Jeff Mathis' mitt quite often and rang the ears of the fans. Pitch outside from Wilhite, 2-2. Myers, a right-handed batter. And the base is empty as he leads off. Wilhite submarines a breaking pitch outside, full count. 8 strikeouts for Jenks over 6 innings. And now in the season, Bobby with 83 strikeouts. Let's get the math right. In 68 innings. This is a pop-up to shallow center. And Kenny James drifting in. Easy job to make that can of corn catch. He does so. 1 gone. When we last heard from the games in the Texas League, of course, we're having all sorts of trouble getting scores today, with sports tickers shut down because of the power outage out in the northeastern United States and Canada, and the internet bug traveling through the southeast, which is taking care of the World Wide Web. When we last heard, it was Round Rock 5, Tulsa 1 in the 7th. That's good news for the Travs. Wichita was leading San Antone 1-0 in the 8th. Brian Loeb takes a slider away, ball 1. Wilhite will look for another save. He got a save on Monday, even in a 10-run victory, by pitching 4 shutout innings. And the save rule states that if you enter the game with your team leading and pitch 3 innings and finish the game and your team wins, you'll get a save. The 1-0, that is ripped deep to left field, way back to the wall going Weber, and that is off the fence. Plays it perfectly. Weber throws to second, but a little offline. Loeb's into second with a double. Well, ball about a foot away from getting over the Coleman sign in left field, the Coleman Milk sign. Wilhite gives up his second base hit of his 2 1/3 inning stint. Both of them have been doubles. As of now, it would seem that the only question in the game left is whether the Travs will get the shutout. Wilhite will face Matt Seriani, who is 0 for 3. Ground ball foul past third base, darn close. Seriani thought that was a fair ball. Third base umpire Miller makes the call, and Matt will walk on back. Seriani has struck out 3 times today, twice against Jenks. He left 4 men on base total. Wilhite whipped him in the 7th. Well, so much for the Express leading Tulsa. That Round Rock bullpen just can't do much right. They gave up a 7-run 7th inning, and Tulsa now leads by 3 in the 8th. 8-5. Wilhite's curveball right at the knees called strike 2 on Seriani. You see, Wichita still leads 1-0 in the 8th. There may be something going on there. We're trying to call around the Texas League to the various press boxes and see if they'll give us a score. The 0-2. That's inside and low, blocked by Mathis. 1 ball, 2 strikes. Now, after today's games in the Texas League, the Wranglers head on up to the Dell Diamond. Meanwhile, the Drillers will play San Antonio. Missions have beat the Drillers 7 games this year out of 7 games played. Wilhite deals the pitch, swing and a miss, strike 3, 2 outs in the 9th. Got him on that slow slider, the same pitch Seriani struck out on in the 7th inning. And Matt will finish his 2003 Diablo debut 0 for 4 with 4 Ks. Sergio Santos steps to the plate. 2 outs and the Travs leading 8-0. A victory is 7 consecutive, tying the team for the longest winning streak of the season. First pitch, swung on, grounded foul, past the manager at the third base coach's box. Strike one. This winning streak started in Tulsa. That was back on last Friday, a 5-3 win against the Drillers. Travs have only lost 2 games this month. The fly ball to left. This should do it. Weber is there. Underneath the ball, reaches up, puts it away, and that's a 4-game sweep. 7-game winning streak. The Travs win 8-0 on the shutout, and you can put it in the books. This team has found new ways to win every single night. Tonight it was a combination, outstanding pitching and big-time offense. The Travs have become the hottest team in the Texas League, and you folks are the ones here to see it at Ray Winder Field. That's 6 straight wins at home, 7 straight wins overall, and the Travs will keep the hold on first place heading into tomorrow. We'll take a break on the Travelers broadcast. We return with the post-game report on FM 101.1 The River.
Here's the wind-up pitch on the way, and you can catch the Travs online at www.travs.com. The Arkansas Travelers have one of minor league baseball's most user-friendly websites with easy access to Trav game stories, up-to-date stats, and Texas League standings. You'll be informed about the Travs online at travs.com. Purchase tickets, Travs souvenirs, listen to the game. Hey, if you could buy hot dogs and popcorn on the website, it'd be like coming to the old ballpark. See us online, www.travs.com.
Did you know that most problems of the feet occur because of improperly fitted shoes? Come into Top Shoes and let us measure your feet and fit you with New Balance. New Balance makes shoes for all shaped feet, from size AA to 4E, for pronators and supinators alike. New Balance makes motion control shoes that are great for those who suffer from plantar fasciitis. So what are you waiting for? Come into Top Shoes and let Tops make those feet happy. Top Shoes is located in Little Rock, North Little Rock, Benton, Conway, Russellville, and throughout Arkansas.
My name is Kathy, and I met my husband Michael on eHarmony.com.
My name is Gina, and I met my husband Tom through eHarmony.com.
My name's Jennifer, and I met my husband Jack on eHarmony.com.
Hi, I'm Dr. Neil Clark Warren, founder of eHarmony.com. These are just a few of the hundreds of eHarmony marriages. Dating services give you a picture and a paragraph. We go a lot deeper. We start with a personality profile that features 29 dimensions of compatibility, crucial to a long-term relationship. And if you go to eHarmony.com right now, we'll give you this $40 profile free. And then we'll find you a soulmate based on compatibility in the most important areas of life. Visit eHarmony.com today and get your free personality profile.
My name is Becky, and I met my husband, Tom, on eHarmony.com.
A lot of happy guys out there tonight, thanks to eHarmony.com.
Travs make it a 4-game sweep, a clean sweep of the El Paso Diablos at Ray Winder Field. Tonight's final score, the Arkansas Travelers 8, the El Paso Diablos nothing. Phil Elson with you. Let's recap the ball game without the aid of highlights. Travs went scoreless in the first inning as Greg Aquino set the batters down in order. Then in the second inning, Arkansas started to pull away pretty early. One-out single by Mike O'Keefe grounded up the middle. He took second base when Junior Zamora's fly ball to left fell in between the outfielder and the left fielder. Right on the line, it kicked up some dust, giving O'Keefe second base, and Nick Gourneau followed with a double off the right field fence. Nick's third double with Arkansas, RBIs 9 and 10, gave the Travs a 2-0 lead. Travs made it another run in the third inning against Aquino. A leadoff single by Kenny James blew to shallow left field. Jake Weber knocked him in with a double off the center field fence. Double number 29 for Weber, RBI 61. 3-0 Travelers after 3 innings. Continued the same as Arkansas's starting pitcher Bobby Jenks blew away the Diablos in the first 4 innings, registering 7 strikeouts in 4 shutout innings. He pitched a shutout top of the 5th inning, and the Travs rallied to put the game away in the 5th, scoring 4 runs against Aquino. First man grounded out to third base, but then Kenny James was hit by a pitch. Weber singled to right field, his second of 4 hits tonight, and Jeff Mathis grounded a base hit between the hole at shortstop that scored James from second base for the Travelers' 4th run. Mike O'Keefe, after Dallas McPherson singled to load the bases, walked with them loaded, forcing in Weber from third base for the 6th run. And Junior Zamora brought home both Mathis and McPherson with a double off the right center field fence. All told in that 5th inning, 4 runs on 4 base hits. And the Travs put the game away with a 7-0 lead. Made it 8-0 in the 8th as Kenny James got an RBI and a ground to shortstop that was thrown away by Santos. Jenks finishes the game 6 shutout innings. He's riding a streak now of 23 2/3 innings without allowing an earned run. He's picked up his 7th win of the season. Jenks has now been the winning pitcher in his last 4 starts. The Travs have won his last 9 starts and are now 12-1 when Jenks take the hill. You want to talk about a true stopper in every sense of the word. Bobby Jenks has become that very pitcher. Final tallies tonight, unofficially. The Diablos, no runs, 4 hits, 1 error, and 9 men left on. The Travs, 8 runs, 13 hits, 1 error, 9 men left on base. Jenks the winner, 7-1 his record. Greg Aquino takes the loss and drops to 6-3. Matt Wilhite registers his 2nd save with 3 scoreless relief innings. That's your recap. We'll come back with a quick look, a very brief look at the Southwest Airlines out-of-town scoreboard when the Travelers' post-game report continues on FM 101.1, The River.
Miller Lite. Miller time. It's time to grab the fellas and hit defrost. Great tasting Miller Lite. Time to melt cold shoulders. Time to pull your mojo out of the freezer and warm it up on the grill. It's time for a great tasting Miller Lite. Great tasting Miller Lite. At a place called Miller Time.
Miller Lite, Miller Brewing Company, Milwaukee, Wisconsin. Live responsible.
Just because you're working a smaller acreage doesn't mean you have to skimp on comfort and reliability. So stop by Ag Pro at Highway 165 in England and take a look at John Deere's rugged new 5020 series tractors. Choose the 45 to 75 PTO horsepower straddle mount, isolated open operator station, or cab model that fits your needs. These new tractors offer improved comfort, control, and convenience. Test drive a new John Deere 5020 series tractor now at Ag Pro at Highway 165 in England.
Now that the baseball season is here again, moms everywhere begin scouting for a cool, delicious recipe that won't take extra innings to make, like Del Monte's Quick 3-Bean Salad. Simply combine a can of Del Monte cut green beans, a can of Del Monte wax beans, a can of kidney beans, and a quarter cup of chopped red onion. Toss it together with some Italian oil and vinegar salad dressing, and you've got a quick score. Del Monte steps up to the plate with simple mealtime solutions that will have you saying, hey, I can do that.
Look for Del Monte vegetables at your local Harvest Foods. Harvest Foods, an Arkansas company serving Arkansans. Your home for Travelers Baseball. FM 101.1 The River. KDRE. North Little Rock, Little Rock.
Welcome back here, fans, to the Travelers postgame report. Phil Elson and Steve Marston with you on FM 101.1 The River. Travs have made it 7 consecutive victories with an 8-0 victory tonight at Ray Winder Field. The Travs record moves to 32-22 in the second half of the season. That is 10 games over 500. Travs have won 22 of their last 27 ball games, including 11 of the last 12. There's so many streaks this team is on right now. It's tough to keep track of all of them. El Paso is swept in the 4-game series. They dropped to 24-30, virtually out of the Texas League West Division race. They needed to sweep the Travs really to stay in the race and have a chance to get into the playoffs, but it seems that that chance probably is over. El Paso at 24-30. The Diablos now an even record overall at 62-62. The Travs overall record is 65-59. And an interesting thing is the Travs actually are 1 game behind Tulsa for the top record in the overall season in the East Division, and doesn't really carry any weight with having the best division record for the whole season. If you want to win one of the halves to get to the playoffs, it's just more than anything prestige. But if you're one of the fans that remembers the negative days back in May and early June, this team is so turned it around right now. And really, if you look at the overall record, that'll tell you the story. At one point, the Travs were 10 games under 500. Now they are 4 games over 500. No, 6 games over 500 overall, heading into tomorrow's action. Well, we're trying to get a look at some scores here. We had some problems with internet with the virus bug that's been attacking computers and pretty much the entire internet servers all throughout the southeast. And with the fact that giant power outage in New York and up in New England and up towards southern Canada, southeastern Canada, the sports ticker can't get scores out either. So we don't know what the scores were last. We called around to some places around the Texas League, and these are the last scores that we heard. We couldn't get a score in Frisco, as the press box phone number was incorrect that the Rough Riders had given us. Wichita was leading San Antonio 1-0 in the 8th inning. Tulsa had come from behind for a 7-run inning and taken an 8-5 lead at Round Rock in the 8th inning. We'll try to get some more updated scores. We won't have anything around the majors, but hopefully we'll have a couple more Texas League updates to give you as the Travs hold a 1-game advantage over Tulsa, now a game and a half after Arkansas's win today, and 2.5 ahead of the Wichita Wranglers. Well, that's your Southwest Airlines out-of-town scoreboard, abbreviated, brought to you by the official airline of the Arkansas Travelers, Southwest Airlines. Don't forget, you can always log on for low fares, www.southwest.com. Steve and I come back for a final word, a post-game interview with Kenny James as well, when the Traveler post-game show finishes up after this on FM 101.1 The River.
Hey, what's up? This is Lala, and welcome to Coke FM, bringing you the hottest new sound.
The real can be bought or sold. Talker told the boy tried to keep it, but he lost his soul. On the road to the riches, he lost control. Got the eye of a needle, I was off your toe. This is never nothing, you fall for gold. In your actions, all is told.
Gotta make it real, this is Lala at Coke FM, keeping it real with a cool taste of Coca-Cola.
It's toaster time anytime this month at Sonic, because Sonic offers their full menu all day. Choose from our chicken club toaster sandwich, our bacon cheddar burger toaster, or our 3 breakfast toaster sandwiches, made with egg, cheese, and your choice of sausage, bacon, or ham. All on thick, delicious Texas toast and made after you order it. So now when you drive into Sonic, you can get a toaster sandwich for breakfast, lunch, or dinner. Whatever you want, whenever you want. Only at Sonic.
Welcome back to Ray Winder Field as we finish up our post-game report. Travelers win tonight 8-0 and win their 7th game in a row. Phil Elson along with Steve Marston. Steve had a chance to he had a rough decision to make, first of all. Who do you talk to on a night where the Travs did so well offensively, defensively, pitching-wise, and just look at the numbers. You had Kenny James with 1 hit, 2 runs scored, and a great play in center field. Jake Weber finishes with 4 base hits. Bobby Jenks, 6 shutout innings. So let's see who Steve talked to after the game.
Thanks very much, Phil. Talking with Kenny James, 3 doubles in the series. He scored 3 runs, drove in 4. Pretty strong series as you guys sweep the Diablos out of town.
I think first and foremost we came in this series trying to play every game hard as we can and trying to play small ball as well as take advantage of men in scoring position. So I think we did a real good job at that, and especially the pitching did very well also. So I think overall we did pretty good.
Now you have been up and down the order, batting 9th, and then during the time that Nathan Haynes was here, now you're back up to the leadoff position. Is there any different mentality that you have when you step into the box versus being a leadoff hitter versus being at the bottom of the order?
No, I think, but I think also knowing that you are the leadoff batter, it puts for me, myself, it puts a little bit more pressure on me, saying that I got to get something started and get something started early, so that's what I try to do.
If you had your druthers, which do you like to bet?
Leadoff.
All right, well, now you guys have finally been able to break through and play well at home. You've been 10 games over 500 on the road, but yet not consistently been able to replicate that here at Ray Winder Field. What's been the difference here in this homestand to really play well?
I think more than anything, we're trying to stick together as a team. We're trying to pick each other up as well as good and bad times. So I think overall we just still hanging in there, pulling for each other every day.
Well, Kenny James, you had a fine series leading the team, as everyone did, it seemed like. You guys got clutch hits when you needed it. You took advantage of errors when they were there. You took advantage of situations with the pitchers making mistakes. You guys won each one of these games in a different fashion, and it's got to be a big confidence booster for you guys.
Oh, most definitely. I think any day that any team can capitalize on any other team mistakes and continue to do it is also and play the small game, I think, is an advantage.
Well, we'll see you in the middle of the series tomorrow. Go get them.
Yes, sir. Thanks.
That's Kenny James. Back upstairs to Phil.
Great job by Kenny today out in center field. I feel the star of the game is Bobby Jenks with that tremendous pitching performance. Tough to pick someone out today as Weber goes 4 for 5. Zamora and Gourneau, 2 RBIs apiece. But Really, Bobby Jenks is the story for this team right now. He's really taken the initiative and has turned his season completely around. Bobby Jenks has become the pitching prospect the Angels have been dreaming about ever since they drafted him in the fifth round a couple of years ago. Jenks, 6 shutout innings. His streak now at 23 2/3 innings without an earned run allowed. 7-1 his record, and now in 13 starts, the Travs are 12-1. That more than anything, I think, Steve, says about how Bobby has pitched this year.
Oh, I think so, too. Bobby Jenks really, as we talked about in the open of the ball game back there in the ITT Technical Institute pregame show, was that he has become the stopper on this team. Not that the Travs in the last 7 games have needed a stopper, but he has been the guy that's kind of said, okay, this is my team. Come on, guys, let's go get a win. And the team has fallen in line behind him. And, again, it's hard to overlook Jake Weber, who had a 4-for-5 night, as you mentioned. Mike O'Keefe had another strong night. Kenny James, the list goes on and on. But I think the leader of the club, most definitely, when he takes the ball on the hill, is Bobby Jenks. And I agree with you. He's the BC Powder player of the game.
So maybe not as much a stopper today as he is a continuer.
Exactly.
Continue this winning streak, which Bobby won the 2nd game of the streak and the 7th game of the streak. This now ties the Travs' longest winning streak of the season, which was accomplished back in mid to late April. That's a streak that propelled the Travs into first place. This streak does the same. Hopefully they can make it 8 in a row tomorrow after sweeping El Paso out of town tonight. Well, Bobby Jenks, our BC Powder player of the game. BC Powder is the official pain reliever of the Travelers. It gets into your system fast, and it goes to work fast. For headaches, backaches, muscle pain, nothing works faster than BC. Use as directed. Jenks 7-1 his record. Aquino takes the loss, dropping to 6-3. Matt Wilhite to save his 2nd of the season. Final totals, this one's official. The Diablos, no runs, 4 base hits, 1 error, and El Paso left 9 men on base. The Travelers, 8 runs, 13 hits, 1 error, and 10 men left on base. Time of game, 2 hours, 41 minutes, and the paid attendance, 3,134 in the 64th home game of the season at Ray Winder Field. Travs win their 8th shutout of the season, shutting out the Diablos for the 9th time this year. And Arkansas really dominated in tonight's ball game. Starting a series with the Midland Rockhounds tomorrow, as the Rockhounds come back into Ray Winder for the first time since April. It'll be the Rockhounds right-hander Darvin Withers taking them out, a 6-3 record, 5.44 the ERA. Mike Brunet makes the start for the Travs, 5-7 his record, of 5.12 earned run average. 7:10 the first pitch. Gates open at 6:10. We'll have our ITT Technical Institute pregame show at 6:50 here on your home for Traveler Baseball and unforgettable favorites, FM 101.1 The River. Big thanks to Steve Marston as always. Steve, that's 6 wins in a row for you.
Absolutely, and it's been a lot of fun covering winning baseball.
It is.
It's a lot of fun.
It is a blast. Let's continue that thing tomorrow. Also, a thanks to Cole Cawthorn back at the studios for pushing the right buttons at the right time. I don't know how many wins in a row this is for you, Cole, but whatever you're doing, it's working for this team. And I'm Phil Elson. Thanks for tuning in tonight for the Traveler broadcast. Final score again from Ray Winder Field. The Arkansas Travelers 8, the El Paso Diablos nothing. That's a wrap, folks. We'll be talking baseball again tomorrow night.
Arkansas Travelers Baseball has been brought to you by Miller Lite, Sonic Drive-In, BC Powder, Coca-Cola, the Arkansas Prostate Cancer Foundation, and ITT Technical Institute. Remember that all Arkansas Travelers games can be heard only on Unforgettable Favorites, FM 101.1 The River.